seem to show long lines of graves extending from a cemetery. Ukrainians accuse Russia of burying up to 9,000 people to conceal their war crimes. And for weeks now, an estimated 2,000 Ukrainian Marines, along with innocent women and children, have been hiding out. Some say they were rescued and were sharing one loaf of bread for 40 people.
Fox's Matt Finn in Lviv, Ukraine. A group of Georgia voters are trying to prevent Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene from running for re-election
over a provision of the 14th Amendment preventing office holders from engaging in an insurrection.
She urged and encouraged and helped facilitate violent resistance to our own government.
Attorney Ron Fine represents the challengers. Greene's attorney, James Bopp Jr., says raising doubts about the election is not disqualifying.
Isn't that quintessential political speech? Isn't that recognizing the role of Congress and certifying the electors?
An administrative law judge will present his findings to Georgia's top election official to ultimately determine if Greene is qualified for the ballot.
Fox's Jared Halpern. President Biden is taking steps to restore national forests devastated by wildfires, drought, and blight. He's using an Earth Day visit to Seattle to sign an executive order protecting some of the nation's largest and oldest trees, key buffers against climate change, and absorb significant amounts of carbon dioxide that contributes to global warming. America's listening to Fox News.
I tend to second-guess dinners with friends because they're often interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit Creon.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREON.com.
Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Weather with Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
Partly sunny skies with us for this afternoon. It's windy, it's warm, it's a little more humid, just a slight chance of a spot thunderstorm. Do not worry about it. It's mainly dry. 83 for the high. Tonight, mostly clear. 65 for the overnight low. Saturday, partly sunny, warm, a very windy afternoon Saturday. 83 on Sunday. Periods of rain and a couple of thunderstorms. 78. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
It's happening right here, right now.
I'm so tired of trickle-down economics. I never found that trickled down on top of my head very much.
There is always some type of government overspending at the heart of that kind of inflation.
And we're going to build an economy around you.
How do you get Democrats to get on offense and describe Republicans the way you and I see them, as a threat to national security?
Right here, right now. 97.1 FM Talk.
There are a lot of smart business people out there making smart decisions by getting Rhino Shield. The latest one, the Central Illinois Care Services, they have decided to go with Rhino Shield on the outside of their building so they won't have to worry about maintenance from now on. The list is long. Joe's Tire out in Sullivan, Stonehill Wineries in Herman. They've all got Rhino Shield on their buildings. You can have it on your business or your house. Just call 877-25-RHINO. Let Darren come out and give you a free estimate as to what it would cost to get this great product on your home. 25-year transferable warranty, 100% waterproof, 8 to 10 times thicker than paint. And as a satisfied customer, 15 years in, I can tell you it looks as good as the day they put it on. You're going to love Rhino Shield. Call them right now. Tell them you heard about it on the Mark Cox Morning Show. Again, 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com.
Surprise! Surprise! You know, surprise parties, they can be fun, right? Well, financial surprises, not so much, especially when you're retired. Like finding out you owe more in taxes than you thought you would, or having to go back to work to make ends meet. Maybe you think you'll be okay, but why not double check just to be sure? Call Marvin Mitchell at Compass Retirement Solutions and schedule a retirement double check. Marvin and his team have been helping families plan for retirement for more than 15 years. Call 314-373-1598 to schedule your retirement double check with Marvin Mitchell at Compass Retirement Solutions. That's 314-373-1598. Don't let a financial surprise derail your retirement dreams. Give Marvin and the team a call, 314-373-1598. Firm offers insurance services, investments, and services offered through Compass Retirement Group, a registered investment advisory in Missouri and in Illinois.
Need a break from the sound bites and the talking heads? Do you want information you can actually use? Information that'll change your life for the better? Then listen to the Del Wamsley Radio Show. Del will show you how to retire in 2 to 5 years. Your age doesn't matter. Turn off the pundits and turn on the passive income. Tune in to the Del Wamsley Radio Show.
Tune in to the Del Wamsley Show, where the hype ends and the help begins. Weeknights at 7 on 97.1 FM Talk.
If you need to hire, then you need Indeed. The all-in-one hiring platform helps you schedule and conduct video interviews right from your employer dashboard. Finding your next great hire has never been more streamlined. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Tony La Russa here. Has your loss of energy and weight gain thrown you a curveball in your relationship? If so, go see my friends over at Victory Men's Health. Discreet first-class professionals will help you hit those curves out of the park. VictoryMen'sHealth.com. That's VictoryMen'sHealth.com.
Download the Odyssey app to listen to 97.1 FM Talk and find content that moves you. Anytime, anywhere. The Odyssey app for 97.1 FM Talk on the go. This hour of the Annie Fry Show is sponsored by The Loading Dock. River views, outdoor dining, live music, and overnight accommodations. The Loading Dock on the river in Grafton, Illinois.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
Thank God someone here knows what they're talking about.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
Right, you need to take the time and get the full picture.
Come on, turn the radio on. It's Saturday and I won't be long.
Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Fry Show.
That's right. CNN Plus is gone, which means in 6 months it'll be turned into Spirit Halloween Plus. 32 days. Oh, my God. I've had avocados that last longer than that. Yeah, I was doing so badly. All they had to do was call their one subscriber. They're like, hey, Doug, we're not going to do this. You could tell this was on the horizon when CNN had a CNN countdown clock to the end of CNN Plus. It was very interesting.
Jimmy Fallon participating in a little bit of the shade being thrown the way of CNN Plus. And we have a special guest in studio right now, Mark Cox. Mark, it's the CNN Plus story is a really funny story.
It really is. Kilmeade said this morning, 22 days. That's like 2 Scaramucci's.
Yeah, it's not. It is not long, that's for sure. So Mark's been hanging around. You guys, Odyssey participated in a big Earth Day thing today.
Yeah, I didn't.
You did not.
No.
But you've been at the studio all day.
Yeah, you should mention that. So I
but I just did.
I do a podcast called The Mash, right? It's only about bourbon. Today I had a guest scheduled at 9:30, 9:45 on the St. Louis Bourbon Society.
Yeah.
So we did a podcast in here. We went close to an hour, which prevented me from having to go do any Earth Day stuff.
From having to.
I haven't mentioned it yet.
Have you had any bourbon?
I might have had a shot or two of bourbon.
Well, that's
it's
why
possible.
we got him in here on a Friday.
If you're going to do a bourbon podcast, you have to at least sample what they're talking about.
Especially if it's 9:30 in the morning.
I'm just saying.
So
if you've been up since 3, that's the equivalent of noon or
it's
something.
happy
right?
hour.
Yeah, thank you.
Clearly.
Just kidding.
So Mark Cox, the Mark Cox Morning Show, weekdays 5 to 9, right here on 97.1 FM Talk. Before I want to ask you some other questions about things that are going on, but tell me more about this podcast. Like, what do you discuss? Who do people get to hear?
So a long time ago, I was, just a casual bourbon drinker. That's all. Not that I'm more than a casual bourbon drinker now, but they came to me here at the radio station and they said, you should do a podcast. And I'm like, okay, but I already do a podcast. They podcast my show 4 hours a day, 5 days a week. Do something you don't normally do. I'm like, well, I like bourbon. We don't have a bourbon podcast on the Odyssey network. So they're like, sounds great. Do it. So I started doing it. It's about bourbon and things that go well with bourbon, whatever, maybe cigars or scotch or whatever the case is. So
I noticed you asked me to come on to your Second Amendment podcast, but not yet the bourbon one.
We can do that if you'd like, Annie, but you got to get up early because we tape at like 9:30 in the morning.
Those are separate podcasts, right?
They are indeed. Well, the Second Amendment show airs on the radio station on the weekends on 97.1 and KMOX. The bourbon podcast called The Mash, which is available anywhere you would download a podcast, only airs on the podcast. So it's not aired on the radio station.
So if you go to the Odyssey app, which I talk to you about all the time here, it's an easy way to listen to 97.1 FM Talk. You can find all the podcasts that are associated with Odyssey, which this would be one of them. The Mark Cox Morning Show would be one of them. The Annie Fry Show would be one of them. So if that's of interest to you, please go check that out and see what Mark has to offer there. A little bit different than what you do in the morning.
Right. Completely. No politics at all. Just, I interview female master distillers at various distilleries around the country. You name it. People who are just aficionados of different kinds of bourbon. It's huge right now. The industry is huge. If you're not involved in it at all, you may not know that, but people
people who are involved,
hundreds of miles to find certain bottles of bourbon. It's huge.
I think it was is it Bourbon and Beyond, whatever the bourbon festival is in Louisville, Kentucky.
Yes, I remember that.
I went to that about, I don't know, it was like 6-7 years ago. And the second day got washed out. And John Mayer was the headliner.
Which is why you went.
That's why I went. But I also, I do like whiskey, and my husband and I did get to enjoy going from booth to booth, but they canceled a lot of the things that they have, side stages where they have people who would probably be guests on your show talking about, people from Jim Beam and people from other products that Jack or whatever, that they tell you about the product and how they got to where they are.
For many years in this country, vodka was the number one selling liquor, period. And about 4 or 5 years ago, bourbon took that over, and there's so many different kinds of it. People are always experimenting. So anyway, that's why I did it, because they asked me to do something different than what I normally do. And I found that interesting.
You know what I did? I did a Disney World podcast.
I know that.
How's that going?
I don't know. Is the stock price down on that right now?
I'm looking right now. I was going to tie in bourbon drinking to the stock market being down 600 points right now.
Wow.
But the Disney World thing, for me, we stopped doing it when we all went home for COVID and Disney World closed.
I drank more bourbon when I went home for COVID.
Yeah, I think many did.
I'm just kidding.
Maybe. No, you're not. You're not. I'm curious what you think about. I've talked a lot about the Disney stuff. People know that I'm a fan of Disney, and I've been pretty critical of them. I'm just curious what you think about Ron DeSantis's power move in Florida.
Interesting. I mean, I read a story today that here's how the mainstream media is playing this. The mainstream media says, well, he eliminated the special district, but what that means is local taxpayers may be on the hook for all this bond money that normally would be generated by the special taxing district, which is Disney. So if anybody's familiar with those, your local city like Wildwood or Chesterfield or O'Fallon, Illinois, anybody can create a special taxing district. And that just means that when somebody does business in that district, a portion of the sales tax is collected to be spent in that district. So by eliminating it, they cause a hassle for Disney, but that also means a certain amount of that money they would have collected won't be there anymore. And it is possible that they could go to the local taxpayers and ask for an increase.
I think I don't really, knowing a lot about the Reedy Creek Improvement District just from being like a Disney nerd, which, I'm going to get hate for that today, but it's just a day that ends in Y. So I'm trying to be lead critic on the issue, and I'm bringing it up here again. But I heard yesterday that if the governor signs it, if DeSantis signs it, because the Senate has passed it and the House has now passed it, if the governor signs it, it doesn't go into effect until June 2023. And there's like some sort of opt-out clause where they can change their mind. So to me, in my mind, only pontificating on what could possibly going down here. It's a major power move from DeSantis. I absolutely believe that it is not an empty threat. He will do it.
I believe that too.
But I think that there is an opportunity here for cooler heads to prevail, where Disney gets the opportunity to retract a little bit and get back to doing what they're supposed to be doing, which is upholding, entertaining the family.
Maybe they knew that. Remember what happened in Georgia when they had all of the feedback in Georgia about the voting laws. Delta mouthed off about it, and the Georgia legislature threatened to take away some of the tax advantages
I forgot about that.
Delta gets for being in Atlanta. Now, ultimately, I don't think they did that, but they threatened it. Like in other words, it was a shot across the bow. If you're going to come over and play in our lane in politics, there could be consequences for that. Yeah.
I also
politics is a blood sport these days, right?
Yeah, and Disney is it's ironic to me that the lefties that exist in the Disney bubble, which I'm a little exposed to just from being attached to different Facebook groups and stuff.
Exposed may not be the best term.
Just saying. I didn't mean like that, but I get what you're saying. I will correct myself. The Disney lefties that I have seen discussing the issue, they were losing their mind over the Don't Say Gay bill, which I refer to as the Doesn't Say Gay bill. But the Don't Say Gay bill was an example. I actually learned about this bill through people who I follow on social media because of Disney stuff. Right. And they're like, we need to see Disney is not standing up against this bill. And they have many employees who are from this community, and if they are going to support the LGBT community, they need to stand up and push back against this hateful bill. And so I went at that point and like, good grief, what's Florida trying to do? And I read the bill and I'm like, this is not at all what you're talking about. And anybody who reads the bill, it's like 7 pages. Mm-hmm. It's a simple read as far as legislative bills go. It's pretty straightforward. But you have this same group of people who threw a fit, which is the way we do things now. You just throw a tantrum. If you don't like something, or if you want to take the opportunity to maximize your victimhood status that somebody has assigned to you, because it's really the only way you get power, is to throw the loudest tantrum. You have a scenario where you've got a politician who stepped in to take away special privileges, monetary privileges, to one of the biggest corporations that exists. That's like a leftist pinnacle property. To not give the corporations massive amounts of power and authority and special treatment. Governor DeSantis came in and did that. And now what I'm seeing is, now that we've gotten this far, he hasn't signed the bill yet, these same people who were freaking out before are like, the government's never going to be able to run Reedy Creek the same way that Disney was. And I'm like, I know.
Where's Bernie when we need him?
All of this down. The government's not going to do as good of a job as they could do themselves. It's just like,
it's interesting.
You don't hear yourself speaking on these issues.
Right. It swings back the other way there. I think it might've been on your show where I heard some of the audio of some of the people at the head of Disney, right? Mm-hmm. Who've worked their way into positions of authority, who said, we're going to make 50% of all the characters non-binary.
We're less than 1% of the American population.
Yeah, you don't want it to actually reflect society. You want to impose a 50% rule so that we're overdoing it somehow, overcorrecting it. Are you kidding?
Do you remember go ahead.
My daughter was in a production of Cinderella. Mm-hmm. It debuted last night. I went and watched it. And it was a different version of it, but it was still Cinderella, right? What would they do with that with Disney today? I can't imagine what that would be.
They have remade Cinderella. I think that
they have.
They've made everybody black. I don't care about that. If you want to make a Cinderella where everybody's black, or if you like a Hamilton type of a situation where you want to take a known story and put a new spin on it, I don't care about any of that. The thing that frustrates me the most is what you've already said here, which is a way that they have openly admitted. Well, I shouldn't say openly, because they got caught.
They did get caught.
But they were very open in the safe space that they thought they were in that Zoom meeting, saying that they were putting this in and nobody was stopping them. And so now they're trying to put this stuff in all over the place. And in reality, what you have is an example of what's supposed to be entertainment for my kids, and you're slipping in wink, wink, nod, nod mentions of stuff that, in my opinion, isn't reflective of society, and you're doing it in an underhanded way. Why do you have to do it in an underhanded way? Just do it out in the open.
And I heard you say this the other day, and I could not agree with you more. I understand the situation you're in. I'd like to come on the radio as a conservative talk show host and tell you, I will never go to Disney again. They've pissed me off, and I'm done with them.
Yeah.
I have a 10-month-old grandson.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Disney when I was a kid. You went to Disney when you were a kid. I want him to experience that at some point, but I don't need their politics. I don't. And I don't want to deprive him of that opportunity.
Which is why we've got to, as conservatives, I understand the boycott.
Yeah.
And I'm not opposed to the boycott. But to me, conservatives are far more inclined to quietly take their dollars somewhere else. And maybe you post something on social media, or you change your thumbnail that says, I support whatever the current cause is right now. And you, like, what? How about I throw a tantrum? Because I can throw a really loud tantrum sitting in this chair right now and try to push back and help make some change. And you know what? That's happening with Disney. Have you seen their stock price?
Yes.
Thinking about investing. It's getting pretty low.
Buy low, sell high.
It's marked as a buy right now.
That's right.
You know, here's what's going to happen with Disney. This is my prediction. This is like a little bit wishful thinking, but Bob Chapek is the CEO right now. He took over from Bob Iger. Bob Iger and Bob Chapek hate each other. They are not friends. They have not handed this off in a cordial way. And out of the pandemic, it is almost comical how much Disney has had one disaster after another on every level. Nothing has gone well. Bob Chapek will probably be the fall guy for this. Bob Iger will probably come back temporarily for maybe 12 months.
Was he that much better?
Iger?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Because he knew the political game. If the doesn't say gay bill, the parental rights bill in Florida would have come to pass under Bob Iger, he would have found a way to be there and be supportive of his employees who felt marginalized by it.
Like his third grade employees?
No, just the American ones.
Because it only affects third graders below. I'm trying to figure out.
Well, he would have found a way. They call it, I've read a lot about this lately. There's IQ and there's EQ, and that's that emotional, the personal relationship that you're able to have with people. That was Bob Iger's specialty, and he would have handled it, and it wouldn't have gotten to this point. And if you look at what Bob Chapek has done, at the CEO, what the company has done, every single thing they've done has been a reaction to something. They don't stand for anything. Disney is one of the last major corporations to offer homosexual gay couples spousal benefits comparative to other companies that were that large.
Right.
So where were they on that? So they're going to grandstand in a political, like they're going to make a statement, and they didn't have the power behind the punch. They're going to make this statement to try to grandstand and peacock around Florida to try to show the Republicans, only because a few squeaky wheels threw a tantrum in Florida. Well, the tantrum that's being thrown by the majority of America, conservative, and I'm not talking politically conservative, but not what Disney is showing us who the world is right now. I think it's very loud. And I've said this before. If we win the culture battle with Disney, we're close to winning the war.
I'll keep my fingers crossed.
Yeah. For your grandson.
I hope for my grandson's sake. I hope I can keep taking him. I want to take him there at some point. We're going to Florida where he's too young this year. We're going to Florida in June, but next year, 2 years from now, I think he'd love it. If I can hold my nose and go. That's the question.
It's do you know that on Main Street, when you walk down Main Street in the Magic Kingdom, that they pump like scent, like bakery scent? You talk about holding your nose.
I did not know that.
On the Main Street, so that you're like overwhelmed with.
All I know is they can't say,
smells.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Disney. They can't say that anymore.
They quit saying that in October.
Oh my goodness.
Nobody mentioned anything until now.
Till this hit.
Mark, we're going to subscribe to that. What's the MASH?
The MASH. Yeah.
With
Wherever
Mark
you get your
Cox.
podcast. Thank you.
Mark with a C on with us right now. Mark with a K will take over at 3:00. And we'll be listening to your show. Thanks for being in here.
We appreciate you. Thank you, Andy.
Good to have you. Good to have you in here.
Brad, thanks.
Let's take a quick break. More Andy Fry Show around the corner. Reminder at 1:00. We've got Kevin Wheeler at 2:00. We've got the Digital Getdown with Rob Kramer, and things tend to go off the wheel there. YouTube live chat poll today is a hot dog a sandwich. We'll fight about that vehemently at some point in the show, and you got to get your vote in. Is a hot dog a sandwich on the Andy Fry YouTube live chat? Don't go away.
She's my pride and joy.
You're listening to The Annie Fry Show. Interact with Annie on Facebook. The Annie Fry Show.
God love my lady, she's long and lane. You mess with her, you see a man get mad. She must
Jim Carafano and Hans von Spakovsky from Heritage Foundation are joining all of us at 97.1 FM Talk on May 4th, and you're invited.
It's a full 97.1 event along with Heritage.
May 4th, just RSVP at 971talk.com. Thomas Helbig and the Retirement Advisory Group, easy to get a hold of, easy to work with when you are looking to plan the days ahead as opposed to where I am currently the years ahead on your retirement. It takes a lot of time and effort, sacrifice to put all that money aside. Starts with pennies, and pretty soon you're saving dollars, and then pretty soon it's a little bit more than that. And it amasses to something that you hope will provide you the retirement that you've always dreamed of. Thomas Helbig knows that, and he knows how precious planning is, especially in those years leading right up to when you want to retire. I've heard a lot of people talking about retiring earlier than they first anticipated because they've just decided, you know what, it's time to get out of the workforce. It's time to move on. Thomas Helbig can prepare you for that. The Retirement Advisory Group, the family business, along with his nephew, Bob Kershaw, and his wife, Tammy, are waiting to take your phone call at 314-993-9494. 314-993-9494 to set up your no-cost, no-obligation retirement review. When you go in, you're going to get a copy of his second edition book, Your Key to a Worry-Free Retirement. Reach out to him at 314-993-9494, online at retirementkey.com.
So you've decided you need new flooring. Now it's time to choose a flooring company, one with a long history and a great reputation. Edwards Carpet gives you all of that and more. We are locally owned and have been in business in St. Louis since 1939. We have an A+ rating at the Better Business Bureau, and flooring is all we do, and our installation is guaranteed. We offer low, all-inclusive pricing, 12 months interest-free financing. We have it all. Hurry in or visit us online at edwardscarpet.com.
Come on down to Edwards Carpet Stores.
Backed by popular demand, the Puffy Vest giveaway at Busch Stadium is Friday, April 29th, when the Birds host the D-backs. That night, 25,000 fans ages 16 and older will take home their own Puffy Vest courtesy of Bayer. This blue vest with red trim features a Cardinal slugger bird and is sure to be a fan favorite again in 2022. That's Friday, April 29th, the Cardinals, the D-backs, and the popular Puffy Vest giveaway. Get your tickets at cardinals.com.
Can't get enough of Cardinals All-Star Nolan Arenado? We can't either. On Saturday, April 30th, when the Cardinals host the Diamondbacks, 25,000 fans 16 and older will receive a Nolan Arenado bobblehead courtesy of Purina. This is the first Cardinal bobblehead of the popular third baseman and features Arenado with his lovable pooch. That's Saturday, April 30th, the Cardinals, the D-backs, and the first Cardinals Nolan Arenado bobblehead. Get your tickets now at cardinals.com.
Diamonds Direct's Fresh Pick store-wide spring sale is happening soon. Mark your calendar. April 29th, 30th, and May 1st. The biggest sale of the spring. You save an extra 20% on virtually everything in our showroom. All earrings, all bracelets, all pendants, all colored gemstones. Plus, with all the top engagement ring settings and wedding band designs, you're sure to find the perfect piece for the one you love. Don't miss this sparkling spring store-wide sale. 3 days only, April 29th, 30th, and May 1st. Only at Diamonds Direct. Details and more at diamondsdirect.com.
Price check on aisle 8.
Susan! Nancy, hi! Great running into you. Don't you just love grocery shopping?
I actually used to enjoy going to the grocery store, but with the price of groceries just skyrocketing, it's really stressful now.
Grocery prices are definitely up, but I never pay full price for groceries anymore. I just use the free Get Upside app that pays you cash back for all the groceries you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy groceries with the Get Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy groceries.
Does that actually add up to anything.
I'll make $200 to $300 this year.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Get Upside app now.
Download the free Get Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy groceries. Use promo code OCEAN for a $5 bonus on your first purchase. That's promo code OCEAN. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or any gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Get Upside app and use promo code OCEAN for a $5 bonus. That's code OCEAN for a $5 bonus.
This is the Annie Fry Show. Find the podcast, on-demand audio, and more at 971talk.com/Annie.
My heart's in overdrive and you're behind the steering wheel. Touching you, touching me, touching you, got to touch you. I believe in a thing called love.
So surprised and disappointed because those types of things really are the purview of the CDC. This is a public health issue. And for a court to come in, and if you look at the rationale for that, it really is not particularly firm. And we are concerned about that, about courts getting involved in things that are unequivocally public health decisions. I mean, this is a CDC issue. It should not have been a court issue.
The courts are getting involved in a CDC issue. What is allowed to go on in this country where the courts are not allowed to be involved in? I mean, I have a lot of questions.
I mean, like, isn't the courts the referees?
Yeah.
Make sure everybody plays by the rules.
You'd think that the journalists and news organizations should be the referees as well, but they're throwing the game.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see you saw the picture of Dr. Fauci with that reporter?
I saw a couple of them.
Does the CDC, with all respect, have any power anymore if one judge can say no thanks to its mandates?
Well, that's what we're worried about, Bob. We're worried about a precedent that would be a dangerous precedent. The CDC has the capability through a large number of trained epidemiologists and scientists to be able to make projections and make recommendations, far more than a judge with no experience in public health.
There are a lot of things that you could do in the name of public health that would be illegal.
Right.
I can think of a few.
Like, here's the thing that bothers me about this, and I've been ranting on Twitter about this forever. Every time this tweet comes across, or every time this video or whatever comes across, this was not a court saying that masks don't work. This was not a court saying that masks have any effect. They weren't commenting on that at all. What they were commenting on was not the science of the matter. They were talking on the legality of the matter. The courts said the CDC does not have the legal authority to implement a mask mandate on public transport. That was the ruling. This is outside of their powers.
So
that's what this is about. This is a legal argument.
They did not make a public health argument as to whether people should or shouldn't wear masks. They just said you can recommend it, you can advise it, you can't force it.
Right.
Which, when it comes to what different governmental entities can force people to do, kind of glad that we're finally stepping in and making a ruling on this. These people. So if you're not like a frequenter of social media, I understand if you haven't seen this yet, but there was a photo taken of Dr. Fauci and the reporter. I can't remember the reporter's name. Was it Kira or something? But if you look at this photo that they took, do you remember who was it? The Bidens were in a picture with the Queen?
The Carters.
The Carters. I knew there's somebody who was elderly.
Yeah.
Like the president, former President Carter. And it was the perception of the size of the people where it was ridiculous. And this photo that is all over social media right now that was posted shows Dr. Fauci looking like he is 3 feet tall next to her. And I looked it up. The reporter is 5'8". He's 5'7". They're an inch apart.
He's listed as 5'7".
It's like my basketball height when I was in senior in high school. Oh, yeah, I'm 5'10". No. It's Casey Hunt is the name of the reporter, CNN. She's standing there. I mean, he's even looking up at her. If I am with people and they take a photo of me that might go somewhere, I'm always going to be like, let me see that photo. Brad's shaking his head. Let me see that photo before that photo would never, ever, ever get past that. I would be like, let's do this again. And I would move myself to the other side away from the camera so that I didn't look like, I mean, she literally looks like she's twice the size of Dr. Fauci. I mean, regardless of what you think about Casey Hunt, who I do not know, and Dr. Fauci, the picture is really, really funny.
This is ridiculous.
And then the internet does what the internet does, and the one on the ladder is the funniest.
That's so not right.
It almost looks like it almost looks like his jeans are lapped up on the bottom, but it's just the way it's shaded.
I gotta stop looking at that picture because I'll just laugh the whole show. The one of him on the stepladder.
It is hilarious. The Anti-Fry YouTube live chat poll today is a hot dog sandwich, and I assume this is going to be a divider of people. And we need you to weigh in on the live chat and the Anti-Fry YouTube, on the Anti-Fry YouTube live that we're on right now. You can just vote yes or no. And curious to see how this shakes out. I'm sure we'll have a lively discussion in the 2 o'clock hour about this. We've got Kevin Wheeler coming up at 1:05, and we're going to do an Ask Me Anything at 1:25. And I'm pretty excited about this. This is the 4th anniversary. Kind of realizes yesterday, but this is the 4th anniversary of the Annie-Fry show. And in middays, I'm super excited about that. And kind of the journey for me to get where I started in radio to this moment in time has been kind of a wild ride. My foray into radio started in college when I was pursuing a mass communications degree. And my goal, my hope was to be a sports reporter. I wanted to do sideline reporting at professional sporting events. That was the target goal. And my internship out of college at first was going to be at KSDK in town. And then I think I was trying to get so that I could work with Frank Cusimano at Channel 5. And it turned out that it got shifted over to the radio side. And I worked with Frank on his radio show as an intern. And I always tell a story. I remember this is kind of the sign of the times. I don't know. Hannah's 20. So what is that? Okay. This was in 2006. So she'd have been a wee one at the time. I remember Frank coming up to me with, and the other intern that was in there, and he had a cell phone and like his black book. Like I never got to see the inside of this black book, but it was the holy grail of contacts that he had amassed. And he walked up to the two of us and he pivoted to her, the other intern, and goes, "I need this." And he held up his book to go in here. And it was his phone. And I'm like, "Oh, you got that one." You go with that. But working with Frank was just such an amazing experience to intern under somebody who in this St. Louis market, if you're looking to work with somebody in sports in the St. Louis market, like what a blessing for me to have been able to work with Frank. And so I worked at 590 for 3 years, started as an intern. I've told this story before, but my internship ended at the end of August. And then I was really excited when 590 called me after my internship was over and offered to extend my unpaid internship. And so I said yes. And, my time in radio, starting in the spring of 2006 to where I am right now, I have been an intern. I have worked, like I was saying, as an elected unpaid intern to stay in the business. And at that time, 590 was in Webster Groves. I was living in Hamel, Illinois, and it was about a 55-minute drive. That internship turned into, it was a part-time position. I think I was working 32. I think I could work 32 hours a week. It might have even been 36 hours a week at the time, because Obama, when he became the president, changed the way that all worked.
Yeah.
I was working like somewhere in the 30s hours a week. And I think it was for about $7 an hour. And at the time, I've told this story before as well, Illinois minimum wage was more than I was commuting almost an hour to go work in radio. But you got to go where the radio station is.
Right.
It's not like a situation where if you want to be like working in an insurance agency, there's a lot of insurance agencies that you could connect with. And so I stuck with it, and I did every job under the sun at that radio station. I worked at the time on 1190. At the time was KRFT, and it was Air America, which is talk radio, political talk radio, but for progressives on the left. Randy Rhodes was one of the people who I board opt for. Neil Bortz found his way onto that station, and Neil Bortz would have somebody who filled in for him every once in a while, and it was none other than Herman Cain.
Wow.
And I remember when Herman Cain came back on the scene as a presidential candidate, and I heard his voice, because Herman Cain had a specific tone to his voice. It's like, where do I know this voice? Where's this man's voice from? And it turns out he was a fill-in for Neil Bortz on that station. And Al Franken. I was the board op on that. So I would sit there every day and make sure that Al Franken's show aired. And so I would spend my entire day listening to, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 hours sometimes of liberal radio.
Wow.
And here I am. And I'm still working that out of my system. I always told people the only way I'd listen to it is if someone paid me to do it. And they barely did. After working in sports talk for a long time, that was like prime Barry Bonds steroid-ish era. And I just was like so over it at that point. And I wasn't really thinking, gosh, they really need to get me. They need me behind a microphone. That was not really the thing. I had wanted to go into sports reporting, television sports reporting, and it just, I was finding myself to be unfulfilled. And it was interesting to me because at some point I had that light bulb moment. I'm ashamed to say it happened way later than it should, where I was like, if I am to do sports reporting, that means that I'm at work nights and weekends. Because, folks, that's when sports happen. And I wasn't really like the family life that I was looking forward to. So I applied for the digital brand manager job at 97.1, and I interviewed with the person who was running the digital department at 97.1, and I knew the platform that they were using. I ended up getting the job, and that was 2009, and I didn't start doing anything on air for 5 years. I was asked to sit in with Mark Cox on Sunday nights when he was doing the Mark Cox Morning Show on Sunday nights. And he let me sit in there, and I was nervous. And, I've always had something to say, but the idea that I'm going to get behind a microphone and just start saying it, it takes a little bit of getting used to. And Mark was so wonderful at letting me do that, because he certainly didn't have to. And I can only imagine, he had these 2 hours to himself every Sunday night. And here I'm sitting in there like with something else to say, trying to figure out how to make it work. And he moved, I think it was when Dana moved off the station. She had moved to Texas. He moved into middays, and that freed up 2 hours on the weekend. And so I got my 2-hour show on the weekends. And then when the lineup here shifted in 2018, Mark went to mornings, and I found myself in middays, and that was 4 years ago. I can't believe it's been 4 years ago. It's been a wild ride. And the interesting thing to me about this is that I never came into this being like, I didn't get into communications thinking that I would be able to sit here and like, you know what? I really think people want to sit and listen to me talk for 3 hours. That was not a thought that crossed my mind. And it still kind of blows my mind that I do have this opportunity. And every single time I have the opportunity to thank you for being here and spending some time with us on this afternoon, I want you to understand how sincere that is coming from me, that I have this thing here, but it's much more about you than it is about me. I know that it's fleeting. I know that they could not ask me to leave, but tell me to leave at any time. I know that I could leave and take, my options elsewhere, and I would lose what I've built here. And that would be a very sad thing as well. And it's just it's an instance where I feel so blessed in this moment right now. And it is truly 100% because of you that I get to have this experience, that I get to share this experience with my family. that I get to share this experience with Brad and with Hannah and with Ryan and Trisha and the people who are part of this show. It's about you and this station, 97.1, for the 13 plus years that I've been here. It's just been a wild, crazy, amazing blessing in my life. And I'm so thankful that you were here to be a part of that with me. And I just wanted to say that. So 4-year anniversary of the Annie Frey Show today, and I'm grateful. If you want to join us on the live chat and say hello, I would love to meet all of you, of course. The Annie Frey YouTube live chat poll right now. If you are going to go check us out, go to the YouTube page and vote in the live chat poll. We're going to fight about this later. Very important question. I know the world is burning, but we do need to find out if a hot dog is a sandwich. that is the
we have to settle this.
Pressing issue of the day. Whenever I go through the complicated Friday, like the complications of polls and putting them out there, and it's Friday, I'm like, we got to have something that's not a downer.
Right.
We need a Friday poll. Ergo, is a hot dog a sandwich? We'll be right back. Don't go away.
The Annie Frey Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe. The Mark Reardon Show.
Why is talking sexually in the workplace considered sexual harassment to adults, but talking about sexuality to children, K through 3 is considered essential?
That is a great point.
Weekdays from 3 to 6 on 97.1 FM Talk.
You know, other people who make it possible for me to be here, for us to be here, are people like Stewie. Stewart's American Mortgage has been such a wonderful sponsor. And, you know, I'm going to talk to you about several of them today of this show. And they have, every time I get to talk to Stewie or, you know, his family that works at Stewart's American Mortgage, the other awesome people who work with Stewie to make the bagel loan at Stewart's American Mortgage possible, they all talk about how awesome it is to work with 97.1 listeners. They talk about you. They talk about when the 97.1, the Annie Frey Show listener comes to Stewart's American Mortgage to get a home purchase started or to get their refinance going. They love working with you specifically. And we're not the only game in town that talks about Stewie. He has a lot of people in the bagel loan corner, of course, but I just want to say thank you for trusting me to advise you on where to consider that mortgage refinance. I have done it myself twice. I am a customer of Stewie's. I have used the bagel loan, and I've used it twice because the bagel loan doesn't charge you fees like every other lender out there is going to charge you. It's a smart financial move. At least it was for us twice. And I think it's worth your consideration as well. So thank you to Stewie and Stewart's American Mortgage. And thank you for considering using them for your next mortgage refinance or mortgage purchase. 314-324-4440. 314-324-4440. Google that bagel loan, NMLS number 226715.
I'm Brian Westbrook with Coalition Life. Over the past decade, Coalition Life has served thousands of women in crisis pregnancies, helping to save the lives of the children that they carry. Help us build a better community while also reducing or completely eliminating your Missouri taxes with a 70% tax credit. A $1,000 donation today to help these women could cost you as little as $141 out of pocket. Learn more at coalitionlife.com, coalitionlife.com. Thank you.
At Closet Factory, our designs are as unique as your needs. Let us create the closet or storage system of your dreams. I'm Cassie Alsbach from Closet Factory. We're a family-owned business and the most trusted custom closet provider in St. Louis. We offer an unlimited product range to fit any area of your home. At Closet Factory, we help organize your life with custom storage that's designed and built around you. Go to closetfactory.com or call us at 314-961-4300 to schedule your free design consultation and explore the art of organization.
Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, talks about timeshare cancellation.
If I could help everybody that has been lied to when buying a timeshare, I would. But the honest truth is I can't. And those that are telling you that they can without knowing the specifics of your timeshare, well, they're lying too. But if you were misled when buying a timeshare, if you were told your timeshare was a great investment, or Your maintenance fees would never go up. I might be able to help. 10 years ago, I was sued for millions of dollars by a timeshare giant in federal court with everything to lose. My home, my money, my kids' future. But I fought. I won because I fought for what was right, helping folks that have been lied to cancel their timeshare. Unfortunately, we can't help everyone, but I guarantee you if we take you as a client, we will cancel your timeshare contract or you'll pay nothing.
Call Wesley now for your free information kit. 800-656-1155. 800-656-1155. 800-656-1155.
Attention business owners. This is a public awareness message from the ThrottleNet cybersecurity team. The war against hackers and ransomware is underway. The only way to prevent the war from impacting your business is to speak with the ThrottleNet cybersecurity team immediately. You need to act now. The ThrottleNet cybersecurity team is prepared to protect you against cyber threats. Schedule a meeting right away by visiting throttlenet.com/cyberwar.
Mark Cox here. If you're nearing retirement or already retired, call Thomas Helbig with the Retirement Advisory Group at 314-993-9494. He'll show you how to participate in the market gains without ever losing a penny. Thomas is the official financial advisor of the Mark Cox Morning Show.
You're listening to the Annie Fry Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Studio. Air Comfort Service is proud to support Greater St. Louis Honor Flight. Sign your veteran up for their honor flight today at gslhonorflight.org, and for heating services, visit aircomfortservice.com.
Up to the minute traffic reports, so you don't have to keep looking at your phone. Dependable traffic on 97.1 FM Talk. Driven by Ambassador Midwest Floor Company, the best way to deal with in-home traffic. Experience more at Ambassador Midwest Floor.
So I have a routine or something on my phone. You can set routines, and so I have it every day at 7:15. It's supposed to go off as like an emergency alarm to make sure that everybody is up. And if I forget to set my alarm or something, it still goes on. And it's set to use a playlist that's created by Spotify, but I don't even know what this song happened at 7:15 when I was on vacation last week. So my alarm went off at 7:15. Kids were off school, and it starts off like, hey! Like, and I mean, like, I lost 10 years of my life because it was loud, laying right next to my ear, and like the holler or whatever that is happens 2 seconds into the song. There is no easing my way into it. I mean, if you want to get up out of bed, signed, sealed, delivered. If you don't want to die, if you have a weak heart, Brad,
I need to not
Brad,
use that
don't
one.
use that one. My goodness gracious.
I
Hi, Wiggins.
used to look for those songs to play for my roommate in college because he would sleep until noon. I would sleep until 10. I'm not virtuous here, but he would even go past me to where I'm like, dude, you got to get up by at least noon. So I would look for songs like that to just crank and then play. That's a good one.
You know the song
James Brown had some good ones too.
I Feel Good.
Yeah.
Have you seen that montage on the internet?
Oh, where they just play it randomly?
They have it set up on a Bluetooth speaker and wait for someone to like go into the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's got a holler at the beginning. I feel good. And then,
wow.
Yeah. We should do that to people here.
Yes, we should.
Or we should just do it to you when you're not expecting it.
No, don't do that. I did Time by Pink Floyd too. I don't know if you guys know that one, but it starts with basically just cuckoo clocks and gongs. Wiggins!
Oh, Wiggins! Brad, we're going to do that to Ryan.
I'm down.
Okay.
All right, tell me when this gets concerning to you. I'm just going to read this, and you stop me when you say, a little too far. A new app recently released in Italy, so we're moving into the West now from China, presents striking similarities with China's social credit system by rewarding some citizens for their behavior through a point system. According to a local newspaper in Bologna, Italy, I'm going to not say Bologna on purpose, which described the concept as similar to a
How do you
supermarket.
spell bologna that you eat?
I think it's BOLOGNA.
That you eat?
Got to sing the song.
No, there's no first names, no last names. It's a city in Italy.
Okay. Anyway. We can talk about that later.
Set to launch in Bologna this fall. Citizens using the app will be rewarded for things such as recycling, using public transport, managing energy well, and not getting fined. I don't know. not getting a fine.
It seems like there's a lot of subjectivity.
Yeah. So-called virtuous behaviors will allow citizens to improve their score and win points so that they will be able to, quote, spend on various awards, such as discounts and free cultural activities. Does this raise any alarms to you?
Sounds awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen this one before.
Ryan, I can see you being in charge of something like this.
If they put me in charge of it, I would have a lot of fun. But I would also probably end it really fast.
It seems like it's like right up your alley to have the authority to assign points and demerits to people.
Yes. Okay. Yes. But also it's just like the whole dictatorship thing. You're like, well, dictatorships are fine as long as I'm the dictator, you know?
Sure.
But the minute you hand that off to somebody else, you're like, wait, I don't like where this is going, which is the whole separation of powers thing. And
Eric on YouTube says sounds like a point system you'd use in preschool. I think that's the idea. That's the point.
Gold stars.
And they say, look, this isn't something we're forcing upon you.
What if they rewarded you in candy? Gummy bears.
We could have to reconsider it.
What if you were the one who gets to reward the gummy bears, but you just sit there and eat them all?
Yeah, well, that would be ideal. I mean, if I were in charge of it.
But that's communism.
Let's just for a second realize that is exactly what we're afraid
That's socialism.
of. Yeah, I know we're talking about gummy bears, but same diff.
No, that's very true. Yeah, if I were in charge of all the gummy bears, I would be fine with it. And then I would probably eat most of the gummy bears and then give everybody one. That's exactly what happens under these systems.
I wonder how many people we just reached.
Wait, what?
I wonder how many people just understood communism.
Oh, okay. Oh, because of gummy bears.
Clearly, of those people, it's not either of you.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what we're talking about, but man, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, nobody's forced to participate in this thing, but the nice thing, good spin on this. Everybody is outraged about this in Europe.
That's good.
They are not liking it, and I'm like, thumbs
Europe.
up. Good job, guys.
Extra points for you, Europeans.
Yeah. Get on the app and you'll get extra points.
You guys get gummy bears.
Yeah.
All right. Kevin Wheeler, when we come back, go vote on the YouTube live chat poll. Is a hot dog a sandwich? Ryan, you have a strong opinion on this?
Yes, I do.
All right. We'll talk about it later in the show. Go vote. Wheeler in just a minute.
If you're considering an annuity as part of your retirement plan, we need to talk. Hi, I'm Bob Stockdale, Senior Vice President Investments with the ClearPath Wealth Management Group at Stifel and host of On the Money Saturday mornings at 11 on 97.1 FM Talk. Annuities can be a useful tool for some retirement investors, but not all annuities are created equal. Every week, we meet clients who own complex annuities that don't suit their needs and, in some cases, actively undermine their retirement plan. Before you purchase an annuity, get a second opinion from the ClearPath Wealth Management Group at Stifel. Requesting a consultation is free of charge. To request a free consultation, contact us at clearpathinvesting.com. That's clearpathinvesting.com, or call us at 636-695-2650. That's clearpathinvesting.com or 636-695-2650. Stifel Nicholas and Company Incorporated, member NYSE and SIPC.
Politician Darren Bailey calls himself a conservative, swears he's a believer, but look closely at his record. Bailey's a deceiver, the textbook definition of a dishonest politician hiding his record. For instance, Bailey was caught on tape admitting he voted for Joe Biden. In his own words, listen.
I might have voted for Biden.
Biden for president?
I might have voted for Biden.
What kind of conservative votes for Joe Biden? The fake kind. Darren, the deceiver. But Bailey's a believer when it comes to one thing, property tax hikes. Voted 13 times to raise property taxes, increasing 81%, even higher than Chicago. Jesse Sullivan's no better. Claims to be conservative, yet Sullivan backed Obama for president. His campaign's propped up by Pritzker Democrats, just like Bailey's. Sullivan even founded a group pushing open borders and amnesty for illegals. Sullivan and Bailey, not true conservatives, no matter what they say. Paid for by Urban for Illinois.
Real estate prices are through the roof, right? Home buyers are paying way over asking price. You're tempted to sell, but you're not 100% sure you're ready to move. In a perfect world, you could sell your home for full value, bank the cash, and continue living there as long as you like. Well, I found your perfect world at Truehold.com. This is life-changing. Truehold will pay you 100% of your home's value, 100% in cash right now. And here's the best part. You don't have to move unless you want to. You can stay in your home as long as you'd like. Truehold covers all property taxes, insurance, repairs, and maintenance too. Let's review. Truehold pays you 100% of your home's value in cash within 30 days. Use your cash to do anything and everything you've dreamed of doing: travel, pay off debt, or buy that new right-size home on the golf course. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com and discover the smarter, faster alternative to cashing out your home's full value without having to move. That's 855-300-9993 or go to Truehold.com.
KFTK FM Florissant, driven by the Bomarito Automotive Group, 97.1 FM Talk.
An Odyssey station.
Hospital Help for Ukraine. I'm Rich Dennison, Fox News. A bipartisan group of lawmakers wants the Biden administration to set up field hospitals near Ukraine's border.
With the U.S. sending heavy artillery and other military equipment to Ukraine, a bipartisan group in Congress says the administration also needs to provide more medical support. Lawmakers are calling for the U.S. to set up field hospitals near Ukraine's border to prepare for what could be a months-long conflict with Russia. South Carolina Republican Joe Wilson says the U.S. must provide Poland and other NATO partners with medical assistance. A State Department spokesman says the U.S. is providing the Ukrainian government with resources it can use as it sees fit.
Fox's Jared Halpern in Washington. The UN human rights chief says the international humanitarian law appears to have been tossed aside in Russia's war in Ukraine, saying in a statement today that Russian armed forces have indiscriminately shelled and bombed populated areas, killing civilians and wrecking hospitals, schools, and other civilian infrastructure, actions that may amount to war crimes. There are a number of wildfires burning in Arizona.
The tunnel fire near Flagstaff has torched more than 30 square miles since Tuesday. Dozens of homes and other structures burned, with thousands of people and livestock under a mandatory evacuation. Governor Doug Ducey declaring a state of emergency as high wind warnings continue to fuel major wildfires across the Southwest.
Fox's Jeff Manasso. A National Guard member serving on the nation's southern border is missing. The Texas Department of Public Safety says a Guard member from Texas serving at Eagle Pass disappeared in a river while trying to aid migrants crossing that waterway. Thousands of state troopers and National Guard members have been deployed to the border to help with enforcement, processing of migrants, and other tasks. America's listening to Fox News.
I tend to second-guess dinners with friends because they're often interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit Creon.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREON.com.
Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Weather with Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
Partly sunny skies with us for this afternoon. It's windy, it's warm, it's a little more humid, just a slight chance of a spot thunderstorm. Do not worry about it. It's mainly dry. 83 for the high. Tonight, mostly clear. 65 for the overnight low. Saturday, partly sunny, warm. A very windy afternoon Saturday. 83 on Sunday. Periods of rain and a couple of thunderstorms. 78. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
Come hang out with all of us at 97.1 May 4th.
I'll be there.
I'll be there.
And so will I.
Along with some of the top thought leaders in the nation.
This is Hans von Sperkowski from the Heritage Foundation. Looking forward to it.
This is Jim Carafano, and we are coming to see you in 97.1 Land.
It's a full 97.1 event, along with Heritage, and you're invited. May 4th at 7 at the Elks Lodge in O'Fallon, Missouri. It's all free. Let us know you're coming at 971talk.com.
Looking to sell your house without all the hassle and pricey repair costs? Great, because Chris Buys Homes in St. Louis loves buying fix-up homes in any condition, as is, no fees and no commissions. Call 314-782-8000, and Chris Buys Homes in St. Louis will give you a cash offer right now. no strings attached. We buy inherited houses, divorce houses, trashed houses, even those my tenant won't pay rent houses. Call Chris at 314-782-8000 and find out how easy it is to work with us. That's 314-782-8000. Do you think your home will be difficult to sell? Easy. Our team will provide you with personal guidance through our short and simple process to turn your house into a pile of gold. Just call Chris at 314-782-8000. 314-782-8000. That's 314-782-8000. And let Chris worry about everything.
I'm Thomas Helbig with the Retirement Advisory Group. I'm proud to say we are a family business. Through innovative financial tools, my nephew Bob and I are committed to making sure your retirement nest egg is kept safe from market declines. As a matter of fact, we have never lost a dime of our clients' money, and we won't lose any of yours either.
Hi, I'm Bob Kershaw, and the secret is in linking safely to the market without putting your principal at risk. As we look ahead at the likelihood of increasing volatility in the market, it's important that you protect your nest egg from market losses, as that's the engine that drives your retirement income.
Our family would like to help your family retire comfortably and keep your retirement safe and secure. Call us now for a no-cost, no-obligation retirement review. And just for coming in, you'll get a copy of my second edition book, Your Key to a Worry-Free Retirement. We've been helping retirees and pre-retirees retire with confidence for 36 years. Call us now, 314-993-9494, or online at retirementkey.com. That's retirementkey.com.
The only person who can change your life is you, but you need to know how. Listen to my show, The Del Wamsley Radio Show, where the hype ends and the help begins.
Listen to the Del Wamsley Radio Show this Saturday afternoon from 1 to 2 p.m. on 97.1 FM Talk.
Updating your home with James Hardie siding has never been more popular. With all the options available, you need a partner to ensure you maximize your investment. Siding Express is ready to refresh the appearance of your home or totally transform the look by installing Hardie shake, board and batten, lap siding, or a stone accent to make it your dream home again. Siding Express is an elite preferred James Hardie contractor. They also carry Anderson and Marvin windows and doors. Need ideas? Go to sidingexpress.com and schedule a free, no-obligation consultation today. sidingexpress.com.
If you owe the IRS, you have a legal issue, and you need the Lance Drury Law Firm. We'll protect your rights. Log on at lancedrurylaw.com or call us toll-free at 888-367-6512.
With Odyssey music stations, there's a different station for every taste, and they're all free. Listen to 97.1 live on your phone or browse the selection of music stations and make a soundtrack to your workday. It's all at Odyssey.com. This hour of the Annie Fry Show is sponsored by The Loading Dock. River views, outdoor dining, live music, and overnight accommodations. The Loading Dock on the river in Grafton, Illinois.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
Thank God someone here knows what you're talking about.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
Right, you need to take the time and get the full picture.
Come on, turn the radio on. It's Saturday and I won't be long.
Don't get me wrong. I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Fry Show.
Welcome back to the Annie Fry Show. A quick reminder before we get to our guest, who I'm going to ask to answer this question when we get him on here. The YouTube live chat poll today is a hot dog sandwich. And we need to go to the Annie Fry YouTube live that's broadcasting right now and vote in that live chat poll and tell us if you think a hot dog is a sandwich. And Kevin Wheeler has to have an opinion on this.
Let's talk a little business of baseball here.
This is a simple game. You throw the ball, you hit the ball, you catch the ball.
There's no crying in baseball.
Cardinals, Blues, and more with sports reporter Kevin Wheeler.
I don't know that there's a more baseball food than a hot dog, Kevin Wheeler. And before we get into the business of sports, wondering if you have an opinion on whether or not a hot dog is truly a sandwich or not.
Let me answer your question with a question. If you go into a sandwich shop, do they generally serve hot dogs?
I don't know that they, maybe to children. I don't know that they do.
But if you go to a deli, for example,
there's no hot dogs.
Maybe, but it depends, right? I mean, you go to Subway, Jimmy John's, which any of the sandwich places, there are no hot dogs there. I would say the answer is no, because it's called a hot dog.
I love that you're deferring to the experts at Jimmy John's. It's a smart move.
Like I said, I mean, they're like, for example, Steve's Hot Dogs, right? I mean, we have hot dog specific things. That is not called a sandwich shop.
That's true. It's a hot dog stand. I like that answer. We'll see if you persuade people, because we're gonna be taking votes on this through the rest of the show, so people can vote in the YouTube live chat, the Anti-FREY YouTube live chat, and tell us if you think that is. I have never heard anyone, because this is not like we didn't make up this question, and I've never heard anyone put it that way. So well done.
Well, I'll tell you there are a couple other angles too, right? What is pizza crust?
Bread.
It's a kind of bread, right? So is pizza a sandwich?
Somebody said if you put a hot dog on a tortilla, is it a burrito? Maybe. Do you want it to be? Because it can be.
Well, I mean, you just have to call it a hot dog burrito, right?
Sure. I think in America you can do whatever you want, especially if it's with a hot dog.
But in burritos, we just describe it as whatever's in it, right? It can be a beef burrito, chicken burrito,
true,
whatever. So a hot dog burrito.
This is your lane, Kevin Wheeler. You're making a lot of sense here right now.
Food and sports, man, and video games. You get, right down my alley.
What's the best sports food?
Wow.
Do you need some time?
I mean, the classic is the hot dog, but I mean,
nachos, popcorn.
Pretty normal. I think barbecue nachos is probably the ultimate at the moment. Like,
you're getting a big nod from
Brad. At almost every stadium. Yeah.
Absolutely. 1,000%.
All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about baseball and the St. Louis Cardinals. Not a great game last night. It was funny to me to kind of take in social media after last night's kind of egg that we laid there in Miami. But comparative to the rest of the season so far, the Cardinals are looking pretty good right now.
They're fine, right? I mean, we're not going to learn anything significant about a team in a week and a half, 2 weeks. I mean, in my view, they still kind of are what we thought they were. They're a contender. They're not showing us that they're not that, and they're not showing us that they're as good as the Dodgers or whatever like that. They basically are falling into the lane they thought they would. There are some holes, or if not holes, at least questions that need answering. But yeah, I saw the same kind of stuff on Twitter last night. Like, everybody's mad at Paul DeYoung all of a sudden, and like, first of all, Paul Goldschmidt's not hitting it all either. Now, he will, and he's got a greater track record, so I understand that people's expectations are higher. But the fact is, there are like three guys hitting well, and everybody else is scuffling, and it's okay. I mean, you're winning games. It's not always, even and level and the same all season long. You're going to have ups and downs, in case people forget about last year.
You were okay with the National League DH, right? Is that
yeah.
So
more than okay with it. I wanted it badly.
A proponent. So I'll assess how the St. Louis Cardinals, I think they're more fun to watch. I've kind of been like, I was kind of the mind of, I don't want any more pitchers being injured while they're in the batter's box. But I got to say, there's no lull that when you're watching the lineup and you know that the bottom of the order is not what National Leaguers understand the bottom of the order to be anymore.
No, I mean, it's just a continuation. Now, it's still weaker than the top part of the order, but the weakest hitter is orders of magnitude better than the best pitcher. So, yeah, and it's a noticeable difference. I mean, it's in the Cardinals' case, it's instead of a pitcher, it's Albert Pujols, or it's Corey Dickerson or Lars Nootbaar, and obviously those second two guys haven't done a whole lot yet, but Albert's off to a pretty good start, and when you combine what you're getting from that spot to what you'd be getting from a pitcher, certainly that's going to add to action over the course of 6 months, not just for the Cardinals, but for the whole league.
So I want to get to Pujols and Arenado and what they've done. But before we do that, talk to me about some maybe unexpected bright spots or some of those questions we might have had going into the season that maybe we've seen some early answers to with this team.
Yeah, I mean, on the offensive side, I don't really see anything that stands out that way. I guess the best example on the offensive side might be that Andrew Kisner looks pretty good, and that it's pretty clear that especially here early, he's going to get more playing time than Cardinals backup catchers have gotten in recent years, and in part because of Yadi's age, in part because it's his last year, and you got to give Kisner a chance to show you what he can do next year, and in part because, Yadi got started late. He only had 2 weeks of spring training, so he's probably not in the best position to go out there and play every day from a physical standpoint because it takes time, especially as a catcher. I mean, I think people forget it's not like playing second base or center field or shortstop. I mean, you're in a squat, 150 times a game, and you're taking a beating on that front. It takes a little time to get into quote unquote game shape.
Mm-hmm.
So on the offensive side, I'd say Kisner's probably been the best example of what you're talking about. On the pitching side, I've been really excited about Andre Palante, the rookie who got good work in the second game against the Marlins. 2 shutout innings, hitless innings, scoreless innings. Stuff looks like it plays. He's mid-90s, breaking balls pretty tight. I think that he's been a nice, I don't want to say revelation, but certainly a nice, new piece to the puzzle. And, honestly, I think Jordan Hicks looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that he's going to get to be a point where he's a 5 or 6 inning pitcher, but yesterday I thought he looked great. He gave up the 1 run, but that was in an inning where not one ball was hit out of the infield in the air. You had a couple of misplays in the infield. That inning could have been easily scoreless, and he would have been sitting there with 3 shutout innings. So I think those are probably the 2 best examples of what we'd be talking about.
What's the word on Jack Flaherty?
Still kind of waiting. It hasn't been anything negative. There hasn't been anything that has signaled a setback or anything like that, but he's not throwing like bullpens or anything yet. So, I think we're still looking at well into May before we would expect to see him on the mound. And again, that's if there's no setback or anything else, but it sounds like he's talked a couple of times here in the last week or so, and he seems to be in a good place mentally. He seems to be encouraged by where it's headed. So hopefully he's right. And, the next few weeks we'll see him out there.
So I want to talk about Pujols. Obviously, his hitting has been not too bad for a DH coming on who's the oldest baseball player in the entire league. But it seems as though watching him in the dugout that he offers some, non-statistically tangible benefits to this team when he's in there on the bench.
All the guys are saying that. I mean, even guys like Nolan Arenado and Paul Goldschmidt are talking about how great it is to have him around. Just watching how he goes about his business, talking to him, picking his brain, because, it's funny because as great as Arenado and Goldschmidt are, and they are great, their peak never touched what Albert's peak was as a hitter. And, Albert is a surefire, no-brainer, automatic Hall of Famer. And I think Arenado is on the path to that, and Goldie could be on that path if he can play long enough and keep putting up numbers. But, I mean, Albert is even at a different level than those guys as far as accomplishments. And, when you have those kinds of players talking about how important his presence is, not just the kids, but those kind of guys, I think it kind of reinforces what you're talking about.
KMOX sports reporter, host of Sports Open Line, Kevin Wheeler with us right now. I want to shift and talk a little bit about the St. Louis Blues, playoff bound. Talk to me about this team and how they look going into the postseason.
Well, I mean, they went through a stretch there that ended a few weeks ago where it wasn't good, right? Craig Berube was talking about a lack of energy, and they just weren't kind of playing the 200-foot game, as he likes to say, and they had some guys that were in a little bit of slump. But man, ever since then, they've been, if not the hottest team in the league, tied for the hottest team in the league. They've been unbelievable. They're scoring goals at a rate that we've not seen the Blues score goals at basically since the Hull and Gretzky years. We're going back to the 90s, the last time a team had this much offense. And they seem to be trending in the right direction with just 5 games left, and if you're going to be getting hot, this is the time, right? I mean, we all know what the playoffs are about. The playoffs aren't about your point total. They're not about your won-loss record or, your goal differential. They're all about how you're playing in the moment and then how you match up with your opponent, right? And the Blues are going to face Minnesota, and they've owned Minnesota for several years. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to win the series, but certainly gives them a bit of an edge, I would think, going in.
It sounds like it's going to be an exciting postseason for Blues fans to be, sitting down and watching these games. that there's a lot to be hopeful for, and if they continue to be hot, then there could be some good things in store for the St. Louis Blues.
Yeah, I mean, I know I told you guys early in the season, and maybe even before the season, that I thought they were one of the best teams in the West, and that they were absolutely capable of making a deep run into the playoffs. And I don't think there's anything that I've seen since that would take me off of that position. I mean, maybe the one question is, what's going to end up happening in goal. Ville Husso's clearly been the best player in that position all season long, and I can't imagine he's not going to be the guy starting the first game of the playoffs. But, we've never seen him make that kind of run before. So what does that look like? Are they going to have to call on Jordan Binnington? So, I mean, I think that's probably your open-ended question. But based on how Husso's played, he's been fantastic. So I don't think there's an automatic reason to doubt him. It's just more of an unknown because we haven't seen him in that setting. And I do think that now that they're a little healthier on defense, Torrey Krug has been back for a little bit now, and they've got the top four kind of set up the way they'd like it to be set up. That should bode well for the playoffs. If they don't have the strongest top four in the West, but it's good, and they probably have the deepest set of forwards in the NHL. So I think that helps cover some of that.
Kevin Wheeler, thank you for your time today and all that insight on sports, but especially the insight on hot dogs. I am potentially persuaded in my vote now because of your response.
Well, again, it's all about people's personal beliefs and everything else, but I'm more than happy to stand on the side of hot dogs are not a sandwich.
Hot dogs are not a sandwich, Kevin Wheeler. Thank you. We'll talk to you again next week. Bye-bye. Host of Sports Open Line, KMOX sports reporter Kevin Wheeler with us right there. You too can weigh in on this issue by going to the Anti-Fry YouTube channel. Live chat poll is hot and ready right now. Is a hot dog a sandwich? Yes or no? We're going to get those results for you by the end of the show. But Hannah is watching right now as you vote, but more so as you comment why you believe that the hot dog is or is not, in fact, a sandwich. You can comment and we'll read some of those on the air later on in the show. Also, this is a great time to join that YouTube live because we're doing an Ask Me Anything when we come back. So you're going to want to join us here and hear some personal questions be asked to some people on the show, or maybe you just want to ask your own personal question. Got to put it in the live chat comments. We'll be back in a minute. Don't go away.
Funk Soul Brother, check it out now. Funk Soul Brother, right about now. Funk Soul Brother, check it out now. Funk Soul Brother.
The Annie Fry Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe. 97.1 is St. Louis's radio destination for information with perspective. It's where St. Louis and beyond comes to talk. Right here, right now. This is 97.1 FM Talk.
Air Comfort Service understands that the HVAC system in your home is not something that, before I started talking about it right now, that you're really thinking about. And generally speaking, the only time it comes to mind is when the system is not working well. This is why I want to be a reminder that the maintenance that needs to be done on your air conditioner might be something that has slipped your mind before, but now that you have this little reminder, doing maintenance, properly assessed maintenance with people like Air Comfort Service can potentially save you costly repairs down the line. If you do need to replace your AC unit, may I suggest Air Comfort Service? They've replaced ours. Our house is about 20 years old, and the unit was the one that came with the house in the original build, and it just had lived its life, and it was time to replace it. So I went to Air Comfort Service because they're the best. They are the people who I trust with my investment and trust with my home. And they are very careful and cautious and very kind when they come in and service that AC unit in your home. You can ask them about their Carrier Cool Cash rebates. Also, a great way to save money on the work that you need to have done on that new install. You can call them at 314-513-0091. That's 314-513-0091. AirComfortService.com.
Stop everything you're doing right now and ask yourself, are you currently receiving steady paychecks? What about when you're retired? Will you receive a monthly check to cover your expenses and also have some fun? Marvin Mitchell and the team at Compass Retirement Solutions calls this mailbox money. It's a monthly check you'll receive throughout retirement. They don't want you to worry about if the money will show up or how much money you'll receive. The only thing they want you to think about is how to spend it when it arrives. Find out how to get enough money in your mailbox every month when you're retired. Call Marvin Mitchell and the Compass Retirement Solutions team at 314-373-1598 to start working on a plan that can help you create the monthly income you'll need in retirement. Call 314-373-1598 right now and schedule a visit with Compass Retirement Solutions. 314-373-1598. Firm offers insurance services, investments, and services offered through Compass Retirement Group, a registered investment advisory in Missouri and Illinois.
When you have Rhino Shield on your house, it does a couple of things for you. It beautifies the house and it protects it from the harshest elements. And boy, do we see those here in the greater St. Louis area. You get instant curb appeal. It will stick to anything. Rhino Shield is the answer, no matter whether you're painting a home or a church or a business or a condo, because it's 100% waterproof. It takes care of the outdoor maintenance on whatever is on the outside of your home. The brick, the block, aluminum, steel, stucco. They can put this on with the 2 to 3 coat process. They're there about a week, and they do a great job. A lot of businesses have done it in the area. Several Firestones have done that. Vantage Credit Union over the years, Harlan Packaging down in DeSoto. Call Darren today and schedule your free estimate. 877-25-RHINO, easy to remember phone number, or go online today at 877-25-RHINO.com.
If you've been waiting for the perfect time to get your Missouri medical marijuana card, today is the day at 420id.com. Dispensaries are open and inventory is in. 420id.com is a BBB accredited business with over 16,000 happy Missouri patients. If we can't approve you, you pay nothing at 420id.com. Open late every day until 9 p.m. Sign up for your Missouri medical marijuana card now at 420id.com and use promo code RADIO for $30 off today.
Come get inspired and live beautifully with new Karastan carpet from Ambassador Midwest Floor.
Now, during Spring National Karastan Month, you'll save up to $1,000 on all Karastan carpet, hardwood, and luxury vinyl.
Ambassador Midwest Floor offers the finest selection of Karastan carpet, plus the area's largest display of new Karastan hardwood and waterproof luxury vinyl.
Shop now and save up to $1,000 during National Karastan Month.
And experience more at Ambassador
Midwest Floor.
I see your dirty face, hide behind your collar. What is done in vain? Truth is hard to swallow, so you pray to God.
This is the Annie Fry Show. Follow Annie on Twitter at Annie Fry Show.
Welcome back to the Annie Fry Show. You people have lots of thoughts on hot dogs being or not being sandwiches. Hannah's in studio with us right now. Just real quick, sampling, Hannah, of reaction to the Annie Fry YouTube live chat poll. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
We have a ton of people saying stuff. Jimmy from Facebook says, a hot dog is flat bologna. It is a sandwich. Vicky Long says, where are hot dogs on a menu? Under sandwiches or burgers? Bob from YouTube says, it is not a sandwich, and I defer to the local hot dog man, Steve of Steve's Hot Dogs.
Steve's getting a lot of play today. You should probably contact him.
Flat bologna, but it's not flat. A hot dog is literally the opposite of bologna being flat.
I think he's saying bologna is a flat hot dog.
Ah, okay.
Let me break it down for you.
Janine from YouTube says, of course, hot dogs are a sandwich. Like any sandwich, you can put cheese, relish, mustard, and ketchup or anything you would like on a sandwich.
Yeah, ketchup.
And then a lot of people have asked, can a hot dog really be considered meat? Lots of comments like that.
So someone said, is hot dog a food?
Yeah. Dana from Facebook says a hot dog is not a sandwich. John from YouTube says a hot dog is sausage, so a sausage sandwich. Ooh, that was a tongue twister.
Hot dog's a sausage, so sausage sandwich.
That sounds completely logical.
And then this one's good. Crystal got a whole definition here. She says, sandwich by definition is 2 or more slices of bread or slit bread roll equals bun with filling of meat, fish, cheese, etc. between.
Do you like fish on your hot dog, Ryan?
Gross.
I don't know. Of all the things I've ever had,
I'd try it.
I would try it. If it was some of that fake crab meat on top, I'd do that.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good at all.
No, it doesn't.
I'd try it.
I'd try it.
What is this? Ask me anything? Gross.
If you have anything to ask me, just go ahead.
I want the truth. Say it.
Thank you for your honesty.
You can't handle the truth. And the truth shall set you free.
Real quick, I just thought maybe we could solve this hot dog question once and for all. So I Googled definition of a hot dog.
Oh, yeah?
There's 2 options. A Frankfurter, especially one served hot in a long, soft roll and topped with various condiments. And the other one is a person who shows off, especially a skier or a surfer who performs stunts or tricks.
Wow.
It's really specific.
It is.
For a dictionary.
That's Bob Wiggins right there. if he sees that, if he sees somebody doing an end zone dance or something, he's being a hot dog.
Anyway, what do you got for us today on the Ask Me Anything, Hannah?
First question is from Balls. He asked, what was it like in Annieland the day before the very first Annie Fry show? So what were you doing that day before?
Annieland. That's terrifying. I'll tell you the first time before I ever hosted a show by myself, which was when I filled in for Mark Cox on the weekends. The first time that I ever had a show to myself. And it is the most nervous I have ever been for anything in my entire life. No questions about it. Getting married, having babies, nothing in my life compares to the first time that I had to go fill 2 hours on a weekend on 97.1.
But I bet you felt better getting done with that first show than you've almost ever felt in your life, too.
I was so glad it was over.
Yeah.
I don't know that it was because I felt like I nailed it. I was so nervous because generally speaking, I participate in things that I think I can be good at. And I don't participate in things that I will not be good at, which means I'm usually good at the things that I participate in to some level, to whatever level my confidence or ego can take being, X level good at something. And I didn't know if I was going to be good at that. And it was a very public experiment.
You had done enough radio speaking before that, though, to have at least some knowledge of what you would do. Yeah.
It is not the same thing to go in and stand in for a segment about a specific issue that you know ahead of time that you're going to talk about. You go present the issue and then you leave. To go in and know that if you're not talking about something, nothing is happening. Horrifying.
It is.
And now this is what I do.
Are you arguing with her about this?
No. I'm trying to compare. So if you've never
watch
done
out,
radio,
you're gonna get booped.
Yeah.
Yeah, you will get booped.
No, you didn't. You did fine. Stop that. No, I remember being really nervous in high school, particularly maybe college, for tests. I would feel that way going into big tests, probably ACT. I'm not everyday tests, but big ones. And I would get through it by saying on the other side of this, though, you're going to feel like $1 million because you just got done. And so I would psych myself into it.
Time always moves at the same pace. A minute is a minute. And regardless, tomorrow, the final is over. Whether you nail it or you bomb it, tomorrow it's over. And I did a bit of that myself. But I mean, if I would have been given an exit ramp before that show started, I would have taken it.
Really?
I was sick to my stomach, terrified.
Wow. Man, I wish you still had that somewhere. No?
Nope, not here.
Somewhere.
Didn't you say after you filled in for me the first time and did the show that it was kind of whoa, that was different?
Oh, yeah. It's very different hosting than it is.
And you don't even have to deal with you as a person in the studio.
Oh, yeah. It would be horrible to be me dealing with me. It'd be atrocious.
That's where the universe ends.
Yeah.
All
right.
I different.
I'm sure that you had to adjust to me just because I do things so intentionally disruptively. Right? There's the eyebrows.
Right? I didn't say it. So intentionally disruptively.
Here's another question for Annie. Would you rather do talk radio or sports broadcasting?
Talk radio.
Good answer.
I left I left sports broadcasting because, like I was talking about earlier in the show, and I was kind of talking about my arc to getting here a little bit, the abridged version, that talking about Barry Bonds for 40 hours a week was so unfulfilling. So unfulfilling. And I was watching at the time. I mean, I left Sports Talk to come to 97.1 at the end of 2008, going into 2009. If you remember 2008, that's when Barack Obama got elected. And, you know, it was a weird time politically. And I just felt like I do not care what happens to Barry Bonds. I just don't care. If he does great, if he gets into the Hall of Fame, if he never gets another home run, I think he was still playing at the time. I have no cares left to give, which is the other way to say that phrase. So talk radio, 100%.
Okay. I have 2 questions that came for me, so I'll answer them really quick.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is, what is your favorite thing about being part of the Annie Fry show every day? Everything. I am that is an easy question for
This
me.
is from Jimmy, it's not from me.
No.
To clarify here.
I love being in the studio. I'm so grateful that Annie lets me come on every day and talk and share my opinion. I love everybody here. It is the best job ever. And I don't have a gun to my head right now. The second question is
Good answer.
asking.
But she was about to get tased if she didn't like it.
It wasn't a gun.
Yeah. I learned it from Larry Connor.
Yesterday, you said that you were envious of her. You made that confession on the air.
Yeah. She's got a lot going for her. Me, not so much.
No, you do. It's just she's half your age. And, like, as you said, you were where I am.
I mean,
now.
she's exactly me at 20, right?
I still have the screenshot of you saying that her Twitter account was your burner account. And
We did that the other day.
It makes me
again.
laugh every single time. Go follow @1 Hannah Gibbs. Is that what it is?
One.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hannah
Yeah.
Gibbs.
It is. I'm like, I don't know. The second question was if Parker has voted on the boop or beanbag. He says beanbag, but we decided yesterday it's boop.
Boop.
So,
Good.
Yes.
When you say we, you told him that it was going to be Boop.
No.
The boop troop.
Boop troop. Boop
troop.
group.
There was a whole discussion last night on the group text about what the hashtag should be. What was you said boop group first?
I said Boop group first.
We said boop troop. What'd you say?
Booper scooper.
And boop bag.
Yeah.
I said
yeah,
no
and
for
boot
that.
bag.
The next question we have is, can each of you share one memorable moment that has stuck out to you over the past 4 years?
I've talked enough. Brad, you've been
Okay,
here.
so my most memorable moment is the first day that I walked into the studio to be part of the Annie Fry show. And that was it was a surreal experience because I'd been listening to you since your weekend show.
Yeah.
Not as frequently on the weekends because my life was a lot more hectic. But then
And it wasn't as good.
I liked it.
It was like C-level stuff.
I remember thinking, man, she's really good. I can't wait. Or it'd be awesome if she was at a better time for me to listen because it was just so difficult to listen. And then to go from, picking you up on the radio on the weekends to chatting on the YouTube to becoming a moderator in the YouTube chat. And now I'm the executive producer of the Annie Fry show.
Yeah.
Walking into the studio for the first time and you're standing there and Ryan was over there and Trisha was by me and Carl was here. And I was like, this is insane.
Carl does that.
This is insane.
My first time by the board, Carl was standing right next to me.
Yeah,
too.
I told you, Carl does that. He's just like a mother hen.
Yeah.
He's right there.
Always,
looking over
always
their shoulder.
there.
Just because Brad set the mold, the first time I'm going to tell this story, just because I don't know if I've ever told it even to you
Really?
privately.
Is this
the
gonna
first time I ever
Be
met.
nice or offensive?
Oh, it's terrible.
Okay.
The first time I ever met you hadn't been on for a long time, but you did have the midday show already. And so I had been listening, I think on the weekend, and caught you on the weekend sometimes, but irregularly. And then I caught you, I was driving Uber at the time. So I was listening all the time at that moment. And so I came in, met you. You were still in that giant office over there.
It was the conference room.
Yeah, it was a huge
We had
conference
just
room.
merged from MS into Entercom and all this stuff. And
Yeah.
so they basically made a room for all of the 97
For
personnel.
everybody, but
Yeah.
at that moment, I think you happened to be the only person in the room.
Mhm.
So it was walking into an office. It was like, well, here's Annie Fry's office. Like, man, this is freaking huge. And I was like, oh, hey, this is Annie Fry. And I knew all the personalities because I listened to 97 all the time. So I said, hey, I'm a big fan. And it was like, and I didn't expect this is why I remembered it. it was like it was the first time anybody had ever told you that. Because
that they liked what I did?
That they were a big fan because you had not been on for very long, I don't think. And you were so uncomfortable with it.
I'm uncomfortable right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
What did I do?
You were like, and like, you don't do this. You were like looking at your shoes, like, what am I supposed to do? And I'm like, oh, that's not what I was expecting at all.
Do you understand why I did that? Like, do you understand me now more? Does that make
absolutely.
sense?
Yeah. Because when people tell you compliments in any way, you're like, I don't know what to do now.
Usually disagrees with you and then starts an argument.
Between that moment and now, when did you decide to make my life really difficult?
I think
like the next day.
I think by the first time I got on air with you, I was weirdly nervous because I had already done a radio job for 7 years before that. But I came in this room
and TV.
It's oh yeah, I'm not even talking about.
He was
TV
in
right
the
now.
industry.
Yeah, I was just in the industry generally, film, TV, radio, whatever. But walking into this room, it is different because with music, the music's the content and you're the color commentary. With this, you're the content and everything else is the color commentary. So it was intimidating. And so from the moment I walked in this room, I was not going to do what I do now. I was like, I just want to get through this.
Mm-hmm.
So it took weeks and maybe months before I was like, okay, I'm fine. Let's just do it.
Oh boy.
Do you have a moment?
Most memorable? Probably when I don't know if it was my first time on air here or it was one of the first and I said balls and I was so embarrassed.
And the first question you took today was from balls and you said it without flinching.
Yes. So that was memorable. Maybe when you choked, that was memorable.
And the sound didn't work and I was like,
do either one of you guys remember when the spider fell on Annie when we were broadcasting from home?
I've watched that video.
I still got video.
That's a famous one.
It's terrible. Thanks for reminding me.
You're welcome.
I don't have that computer anymore. My old computer had a dent where I took my phone and whacked the thing, and the corner put a dent in my MacBook Pro, and it was worth it. Wish I would have hit it harder.
Do we have more time for another question?
It's not just killed the spider.
David,
sent it to hell.
Yeah, I wanted to send a message.
Yeah, to all other spiders in the
you
universe.
Did.
Yeah, I did.
David, boop. That was
like,
more than a
bam!
boop. Yeah.
More like that.
David from YouTube asked, Annie, when you win the Powerball tomorrow, who do you want to take over your show and what island will you be listening from?
So wait, is Powerball huge right now? Or is this just a, because I buy Powerball tickets when it's like half a bill.
I don't know. Is it big? Somebody let us know.
I feel like it's always big.
And sometimes bigger. I mean, you got to think.
Let's say it is. Let's say it's
that's okay.
Monumental.
Who do you want to take over your show? How about who do I not want to take over my show?
It's Boop Bag. Noon to 3. Do, 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 do.
Who do I want to take over my show? I don't know who I'd want to take over my show. I'm a big believer in the talk radio market is pretty crowded. It was always interesting to me when Rush Limbaugh went off the air when he passed away. And everybody was announcing that they were taking over for Rush Limbaugh, but what they were doing was just going in that time slot. Like there was no anointed person. Of course, the EIB network, I think was Clay Travis.
Yep, and Buck Sexton.
And Buck Sexton, you can listen to them if you wanted to listen to them. You already know they're on in the market. But there is a very distinct thing that we're trying to do here from noon to 3 that, in my opinion, is not being done anywhere else. And there's room for a lot of people to succeed in this market at the same time doing different things. But I don't really know that there's anybody who does specifically what I do specifically with the show. But also the fact that I can't do what I do with the show without Brad and Ryan and Hannah and D to the C coming in and Trisha coming in, like Rob Kramer coming in, all of these people who are in this building who come and go. It's more about that than it is about me specifically. So I don't know who I would have take over, but whoever took over, I would want them to do their thing because you have to believe in it. It has to be a genuine conversation. And I don't believe, which I think is where a lot of conservative talk radio falters. I don't believe that you tune in noon to 3 on 97.1 to hear what you think about things. You tune in to hear maybe what I think about things, but then you take it from there and make it your own. And I think there's so many people out there talking about these issues right now that I don't like it when I'm listening to a show and I feel like It's like they're trying to educate me when I'm kind of like, I already know these issues to begin with. And I think there's a lot of talking down that goes on, and I don't want to do that here. So I would just hope, I won't say who, but I would hope that if someone was going to pick up this mantle and go forward, that it would be kind of driven in that regard, that the listeners at the center of the show, as opposed to just like how bright and brilliant the host of the show is. And what island will you be listening from? Somewhere warmer than here.
Don't say Australia, because that's mine, because it's the biggest.
Too many big spiders. We can't be on the same island?
No.
Now.
Right.
He had a yes and a
Yes.
no.
Yes. Hey, how much sugar can you eat between now and 2 o'clock?
I don't know. How much you buying?
I'll get you some sugar.
Do it.
Okay. We got to take a break. We'll be right back. Reminder, you need to go vote on that Annie-Frey YouTube live chat poll. Is a hot dog a sandwich? We'll check the questions and see if there are a few more that need to be answered. And a couple other things that I'd like to discuss here with the group before Rob Kramer comes in the 2 o'clock hour. And Trisha, I think Trisha's coming in, right? Yep, in the 2 o'clock hour. So full house right around the corner here. It's a Friday on the Annie Frey Show. 4 years of doing this here with you in the midday, and we are grateful for every minute that we get to spend with you. We know it's a choice, and we're glad anytime you choose to spend some of your time with us. We'll be back in a minute.
You're listening to The Annie Frey Show. Find the podcast, on-demand audio, and more at 971talk.com/Annie.
The Mark Reardon Show. Why is talking sexually in the workplace considered sexual harassment to adults? But talking about sexuality to children, K through 3 is considered essential.
That is a great point.
Weekdays from 3 to 6 on 97.1 FM Talk.
Michael's Flooring Outlet, a great place to start, or maybe just finish your flooring shopping endeavor, because sometimes for me, flooring is something that's probably, if I'm going to make a flooring purchase, it's going to take me a while to get to the point from the day that I look at my husband and go, I think we should replace the floors or the carpet upstairs. And he goes, yeah, I think you're right. And then we start looking. It might be months before you pull the trigger on what you're actually going to do, what you're actually going to purchase. You can check out other places, but Michael's Flooring Outlet absolutely has to be on the list of places you go to see why you get the Michael's Flooring Outlet distinction. You get the amazing customer service, but also the quality and the value. When you reach out to Michael's Flooring Outlet to look into their hardwood flooring options or those ways, the technology, the advanced technology in flooring that gives you that hardwood look without maybe the maintenance of hardwood, you can get from point A to point B at Michael's Flooring Outlet pretty quickly with a budget in mind. They're going to honor that, and they're going to work with you, and you're going to be really glad that you went there. It doesn't have to be the first place, but I promise you it needs to be one of the places you go before you make a final decision, and it probably will help you make that final decision. Reach out to them online at igotfloored.com.
It's Mark Reardon from my friends at ThrottleNet, and let's talk about managed network versus cybersecurity. That's ThrottleNet's answer to the never-ending challenges that business owners face waging war against outside attacks, intrusion, and data breaches. If your IT support is not talking about cybersecurity and providing layers of defense, it's time to change. ThrottleNet clients have never paid ransom, and they're prepared for full recovery after being hit with a ransomware attack. And I've got a great offer for you. ThrottleNet is so confident of their superior customer service, they'll give you the first 30 days of service for free. If you decide to leave ThrottleNet in those first 30 days, they'll pay you $1,000 for your trouble. On top of that, they never lock you in to a long-term contract. And how about this for some proof from the business community? ThrottleNet has been awarded Small Business Monthly Best IT Company for 6 years in a row and voted #1 all 6 years. Get started today. Go to throttlenet.com/971. That's throttlenet.com/971.
It's a no-brainer why you should get Car Shield. They make it easy and affordable to protect your car from expensive repairs. Mark Cox here. Car Shield offers protection plans for around $100 a month and covers more parts than ever before. When you need a repair, you choose the mechanic. Car Shield's administrators handle the rest. No paperwork or headaches. Plans through Car Shield include coast-to-coast roadside assistance, rental cars, trip reimbursement at no extra cost. Car Shield has helped millions of drivers. That's why they're America's #1 car protection company. Lock in your price today. It'll never go up. As long as you own your car, no matter how old it is, you're protected from the rising cost of parts or repairs. Go to carshield.com/Cox or call 800-391-8888. to save 10% on your plan and lock in your pricing forever. That's carshield.com/Cox to save 10%. A deductible may apply. Mark Cox here. If you're nearing retirement or already retired, call Thomas Helbig with the Retirement Advisory Group at 314-993-9494. He'll show you how to participate in the market gains without ever losing a penny. Thomas is the official financial advisor of the Mark Cox Morning Show.
Get your vehicle in gear for warmer weather with 11% off everything at Menards. Valvoline Daily Protection Motor Oil improves fuel economy while protecting against engine wear. Valvoline oils are formulated with advanced additives for year-round engine protection. Right now, get a quart for only $2.99 after sale price and 11% off. Check out Menards Automotive Department today. Good through April 23rd. Savings are mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
You're listening to the Annie Fry Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Studio. In addition to heating and cooling, Air Comfort Service also offers indoor air quality, water heater, and AeroSeal duct sealing services. Get in your comfort zone with aircomfortservice.com.
Information to keep you moving. Dependable traffic mornings and afternoons with Sue Thomas. Driven by Ambassador Midwest Floor Company. The best way to deal with in-home traffic. Experience more at Ambassador Midwest Floor. This is the Annie Fry Show.
I had a friend named Rambling Bob.
Follow Annie on Twitter at Annie Fry Show.
He thought he was the smartest guy around.
How you doing, Ryan?
I found out last
I just took a bite. You did that on purpose.
I didn't.
I thought I had at least 10 seconds.
You do. Please take the 10 seconds.
More if you'd like.
He's eating a double decker.
Double decker oatmeal pie. Didn't know such a thing existed. Thank you.
I don't know. Well, no, Hannah didn't know something we were talking about before. We're so prudely out of touch with things. We're like, we think this is a bad word. Can we say that word on the air? I don't know. Let's Google it. And then we Google it and we all giggle. And then we go on there.
You did mean that.
I mean, like, if there were cool people in this room right now, no offense, Hannah, you're kind of guilty by association now, but if there were cool people in here, we would be way cooler with our slang.
This is a double-decker oatmeal pie.
Mm-hmm.
Is it cool or uncool to know what the term upper decker means?
I don't know what it means.
Yeah,
Are you allowed to talk about it on the air?
Heck yes.
Oh no.
Gosh, I would Google it.
Don't Google pictures though. Google meaning, but not pictures.
Wait a second.
I think she just figured it out.
Because when you said you got me, when you said you got me a double decker, I thought you got me at what? Oh wait, a double decker, not an upper decker.
That's gross.
Yeah, don't do that at my house.
Don't talk about it on my show. Look at that right there.
He said, "Don't do that at my house."
Gross.
Boys.
Yeah, the boys knew, the girls didn't.
If you know, you know.
You know, you know.
Enough.
What was that last question about? Highlights of the 4 years in the show? This isn't one of them.
No.
This is one of the low points.
I guarantee this is the podcast, though.
It's disturbing to me to know how much stuff that him and I like just connect on. It's like,
oh yeah,
yeah, Brian.
I hope you don't connect on that.
Let's stop talking about it.
I have a question,
please,
for AMA that I forgot, and I want to know.
Okay.
At what point does one graduate from the kids' table at family events?
Ooh.
High school graduation, when you turn 21, or marriage?
None of the above.
Yeah, I would say none.
It's not the qualification.
Are you still at the kids'
You
table?
don't. Yeah, this is about Hannah.
Yeah.
Guys, no. I think it's.
Wait. You should have pre-gamed with us and told us what you wanted to say, and we totally would have done it for
She's
you.
like,
Well, I
I'm
would've.
totally gonna graduate this year, and they're still making me sit at the kids'
Do you
table.
sit at the kids' table?
No.
Do you?
No.
Oh, she's a bad liar.
Hey, I don't believe her.
Yeah,
why are you asking this question if not?
Because I thought everybody, like every family, had a different thing. I think it's high school graduation.
I think it is. The only determining factor is how big is the main table.
That's what my mom and aunt said when I asked them this on Easter. They said if there's
Were
room
you
for
sitting
everybody.
at the kid table when you asked them?
No, we all were sitting together at our kitchen
Did you
table.
make your mom sit at the kid table?
No, we didn't have a kids table.
Yeah.
I don't think. No, we didn't.
The only determining factor to me is how old are you in the family? Because if you're always
What does
the
that
youngest,
mean?
if you're always the youngest, you're always going to be at the kids table. And that doesn't have to be like a little Toy Story table, but the
Unless
kids
that's the
area.
one you got.
Maybe.
I think that if your main table seats 6 people, you're going to be not at the head table until you don't want to be at the head table because that means there are people who are sitting at the head table who aren't there anymore.
Exactly. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. Is it depends on where you are in the age bracket because everybody's always going to be the same.
My 95-year-old grandma died in September of 2020, not COVID related. She was 95 and she had a heart attack. And September she passed. So I guess the last meal she would have made for us together was probably Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas. She made the turkey. She made the ham. She made whatever it was that we were eating. She made the sides. We kind of pushed in the last couple years, like, what can we bring? And she kind of gave into that, but she still made the sweet potatoes. She still made the mashed potatoes or the green beans and the orange Jell-O salad. She still made all those things, and we would maybe bring a salad or something else. I brought the desserts. And her kitchen was not a big kitchen. She had a ranch house. It was not a big kitchen. The table sat 6 people if you sat people all around it. We put a card table up against that made it so that you could have one person at the head of the table, 2 people on each side, but then the card table could have 1, 2, 3. But then there was another card table that was just in the middle of the kitchen area. But there was not, you put the chair down and you weaseled your way in between the cabinets and the table.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
the card table was wobbly, so you bumped it because you didn't have much room, and then the milk spilled and everything. But we were all packed in this kitchen, and I sat at the kitchen. I don't know that I ever sat at the main table.
Did your extended family stop getting together once your grandma died?
We do it at my house.
Oh, you still do it? Good.
Yeah, we do it at my house. And I told the story on Thanksgiving where the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, I decided, since we were having Thanksgiving, that I needed to have a table that fit everybody. So we went to Kloss Furniture, and I went in there and I was like, can I get a table that I can pick up today? I want to put Thanksgiving on this table. And they go, yeah, we could do that. I'm like, show me which ones I can pick from.
Huge.
It's huge. Yeah, you guys have seen it. And I can seat 12 people at this table with the insert in. And then it's funny that you say that. I love my table. It's a gigantic table, and I just like having people sit at it.
That's your personality type.
We'll talk about that in 2 o'clock hour.
Okay.
We did a personality test. We're going to find out if Ryan has one in just a minute. Don't go away.
Bob liked to play his poker. Pinochle whist and yogurt.
Cards issued by Celtic Bank, member FDIC. Are you the decision maker in your company? Consider this. For the first time in decades, there's a better option for a corporate card and spend management platform. Meet Ramp, the only corporate card and spend management system designed to help you spend less money so you can make more. Most corporate credit cards offer points as incentives, but those points amount to less than their worth in real cash value. Ramp's credit cards offer you cash back, real money in your pocket. Plus, you control who spends what with each vendor. And Ramp's software collects and verifies receipts automatically, which means you'll stop wasteful spending and close your books in hours instead of days. Businesses that use Ramp add up to 3.3% to their bottom line the first year. If you're a decision maker, adding Ramp could be one of the best decisions you've ever made. And now get $250 when you join Ramp for free. Just go to ramp.com/free. Ramp.com/free. RAMP.com/free.
Diabetic neuropathy, cold feet, resting leg pain, foot wounds that don't heal. These are classic signs of peripheral artery disease, or PAD. Left untreated, PAD can lead to gangrene and even lower limb amputation. Modern Vascular is a healthcare leader in the outpatient treatment of PAD. Last year, over 10,000 patients across the country chose Modern Vascular for the diagnosis and treatment of their PAD. Modern Vascular clinics consistently receive high Google review ratings and have received over 500 five-star patient reviews in the last 12 months. In fact, Modern Vascular has been recognized as the best PAD treatment specialist in the country. If you or someone you love is experiencing the symptoms symptoms of PAD, don't ignore it. Visit modernvascular.com today or call 844-4PAD-HELP to schedule a consultation in our local clinic. That's 844-4PAD-HELP.
Hey, NASCAR fans, this is Richard Petty. Buying a car is just a few clicks away. Bommarito.com. New or pre-owned. See it today, drive it today. Shop thousands of vehicles and buy 100% online with Bommarito Fast Pass. Schedule your test drive, get financed, and get more for your trade. A better experience, a better price. Bommarito, Missouri's #1 automotive group. Open 24/7 at Bommarito.com.
If you've listened to 97.1 FM Talk, you have heard of Doug Voss of Voss Financial Safe Money Radio, as he has been a staple on the station as the financial expert for many years. You can hear him on Safe Money Radio several times a weekend on 97.1 FM Talk. And in case you miss any of those shows, on his podcasts on Odyssey.com and search Safe Money 97.1. So call Doug at 844-676-SAFE. That is 844-676-7233. Doug Voss is a registered representative. Securities offered through D.H. Hill Securities, LLLP. Member FINRA and SIPC.
KFTK FM Florissant, driven by the Bommarito Automotive Group, 97.1 FM Talk.
An Odyssey station.
The battle for a key Ukrainian port city continues. I'm Rich Dennison, Fox News. Russian President Vladimir Putin claims his forces have taken over the city of Mariupol, but Ukrainian officials say the fight goes on.
The situation in Mariupol is dire. No other way to put that. A mass grave site in the village of Manhush. It's approximately 20 kilometers west of Mariupol. Officials say Russians have been dumping thousands of bodies in them. There are 4 sections of graves here, measuring 85 meters each. That's the equivalent of roughly 4 football fields, and it is definitely larger, perhaps as much as 10 times the size of the mass grave that we visited in Bucha. The mayor of Mariupol is saying that at least 20,000 civilians have been killed there.
Fox's Griff Jenkins from Ukraine. Lawyers for Georgia's Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene have argued in court that the Georgia Congresswoman was engaged in legitimate political speech when she called for a response to Joe Biden's presidential victory prior to last year's Capitol riot. Some voters in Greene's district have said the Republican is ineligible for re-election under the 14th Amendment. A hearing on that issue was held today in Atlanta. President Biden marking Earth Day with a trip to Seattle, where he discussed the innovations the country is seeing in clean and renewable energy.
Once you tell a nation that we can do this, go do it. It's amazing what happens.
The president says the country's young generations is energized over electric vehicles, solar power, and wind energy, and urged Congress to advance more environmental bills. He also signed an executive order designed to strengthen the forest on federal lands and make changes to combat wildfires. Concerns over potential Federal Reserve action on interest rates and disappointing earnings reports sending stocks into a nosedive. The Dow down 872 points with less than an hour left in trading. America's listening to Fox News.
I tend to second-guess dinners with friends because they're often interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit Creon.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREON.com.
Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Weather with Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
Partly sunny skies with us for this afternoon. It's windy, it's warm, it's a little more humid, just a slight chance of a spot thunderstorm. Do not worry about it. It's mainly dry. 83 for the high. Tonight, mostly clear. 65 for the overnight low. Saturday, partly sunny, warm. A very windy afternoon Saturday. 83 on Sunday. Periods of rain and a couple of thunderstorms. 78. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
Come hang out with all of us at 97.1 May 4th.
I'll be there.
I'll be there.
And so will I.
Along with some of the top thought leaders in the nation.
This is Hans von Spakowski from the Heritage Foundation. Looking forward to it.
This is Jim Carafano, and we are coming to see you in 97.1 Land.
It's a full 97.1 event, along with Heritage, and you're invited. May 4th at 7 at the Elks Lodge in O'Fallon, Missouri. It's all free. Let us know you're coming at 971talk.com.
Real estate prices are through the roof, right? Home buyers are paying way over asking price. You're tempted to sell, but you're not 100% sure you're ready to move. In a perfect world, you could sell your home for full value, bank the cash, and continue living there as long as you like. Well, I found your perfect world at Truehold.com. This is life-changing. Truehold will pay you 100% of your home's value, 100% in cash right now. And here's the best part. You don't have to move unless you want to. You can stay in your home as long as you'd like. Truehold covers all property taxes, insurance, repairs, and maintenance too. Let's review. Truehold pays you 100% of your home's value in cash within 30 days. Use your cash to do anything and everything you've dreamed of doing. Travel, pay off debt, or buy that new right-size home on the golf course. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com and discover the smarter, faster alternative to cashing out your home's full value without having to move. That's 855-300-9993 or go to Truehold.com.
The Fed has raised rates.
But there's still time to lock in Golden Oak Lending's low 3.75% rate.
I'm James Hawkins, president of Golden Oak. With home values at all-time highs and our low rates, you can pull more cash out of your home.
Call 314-567-GOLD today.
Golden Oak Landing, join my blues.
NMLS 114937, 3.75% fixed, 4.88% APR. FHA 15-year mortgage with 20% equity and approved credit.
Mother's Day is Sunday, May 8th, and there are so many reasons to give a gift of fine jewelry from Shane Company.
Dear Mom, what can I say? You're amazing. From being team mom at my Little League games to putting up with me when I was a wild teenager. You've taught me so much, and I'm forever grateful. Happy Mother's Day.
A gift of fine jewelry is truly special. It's something Mom will treasure forever. Shane Company has gifts in every price range, crafted with attention and care. Stunning diamond jewelry, classic styles with sapphires, beautiful cultured pearls. Get her something stylish and colorful, like huggy earrings with vibrant gemstones, available in either London blue topaz, red garnet, or amethyst. Or surprise her with an exquisite butterfly necklace. The wings are accented with blue sapphires. Visit us for a meaningful Mother's Day gift, tied with a burgundy bow and ready to give.
Now you have a friend in the jewelry business. Shane Company and ShaneCo.com.
Worried about what you're breathing in? With each breath, allergens, germs, and viruses get trapped in your nose. Now there's a simple, easy, and effective way to clean your nose and protect your health. It's called Navage. Navage. Available at Navage.com.
Hi, this is Ken.
And Lori Heisey of Heisey Advisory Group. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families work toward their financial goals.
If you're retiring soon, join us Saturday at 9:30 a.m. for your Retirement Highway.
Investment advisory services by individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
Odyssey is an all-encompassing audio landing zone where you can find podcasts in any genre and listen live to 97.1. Not to mention that you can rewind within the last 24 hours. 97.1 FM Talk on the go. This hour of the Annie Fry Show is sponsored by The Loading Dock. River views, outdoor dining, live music, and overnight accommodations. The Loading Dock on the river in Grafton, Illinois.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
They got someone here knows what they're talking about.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
Hey, you need to take some time to get the full picture.
Come on, turn the radio on. It's Saturday and I won't be long.
Don't get me wrong. I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid, keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Fry Show.
Yes, it still is the Annie Fry Show. I know it's shocking to many people, mostly me. but here we are. A reminder, the Anti-Fry YouTube live chat poll. We're going to get to this at the end of the hour. Rob Kramer's coming in at 2:25. We're going to do Annie, are you okay? And the results of the Anti-Fry YouTube live chat poll is a hot dog sandwich. You got to get your vote in now. Hannah's going to give us those results. We took the Myers-Briggs personality test, and before anybody comes on to the live chat or is like, "Oh, this test has been proven false," I find it to be incredibly compelling and interesting to read, and I have not made any major life decisions based on the results. Microphone.
Have you changed?
Are you new here?
Have you? Remember when I started?
I do.
It feels like that. Have you done this over the years, and has it changed over the years? Have you noticed?
I have taken this test probably 3 times over the last, 4 years, and I've always come up with the same thing.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think mine was a little bit different last time, but I think they're always similar.
Then I would assume that you could change your responses to some of the questions because you would evolve over time.
Yeah.
So we got Trisha in here now too. Hi, Trisha. Thanks for
guys.
joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Trisha took the personality test as well. So here's what we're going to do. I am going to read the summaries of these personality tests, and we're going to see in the room. I'm the only one who knows what everybody's personality results are. So I'm going to read them, and you guys are going to guess who it is. So obviously, each of you know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, how'd you feel about the results? Trisha, you just took it right now.
Yeah, I thought the title of mine seemed off considering how I feel about myself. But when I started reading through a lot of the characteristics, it kind of added up.
Were you like, oh,
yeah.
What about you, Hannah?
I thought it was really accurate in the 2 main driving points that mine said.
Don't give away too much.
I was like, yes.
That's you felt you felt
Yes.
it. Ryan?
It depends on which category, because one of them, I don't know which one you're going to read, but one of them I felt like was really accurate. The other one, I didn't so much.
Oh, yeah.
So
Read the right one, Annie.
we'll see.
Okay, I'll read the first one here that I have pulled up. You guys can assess who this is. The first one is an ESFP, and the descriptor for this one is entertainer. And the quote that goes along with it is an Elton John quote: "Live for each second without hesitation." If anyone is to be found spontaneously breaking into song and dance, it is the entertainer personality type. Entertainers get caught up in the excitement of the moment and want everyone else to feel that way too. No other personality type is as generous with their time and energy as entertainers. When it comes to encouraging others, and no other personality type does it with such irresistible style.
So we're not guessing right now, right?
No, you're guessing right now.
Oh, we are. Okay. Well, go ahead then, everybody.
I know who it is, and I agree with this wholeheartedly. Brad, Brad, you have a guess?
Yeah, I have a guess.
Who's your guess?
I guess it's Trisha.
Ryan?
I'm going to guess Brad.
I guess Ryan.
So you all guess someone else?
I guess Hannah then.
I was
going to say who Trisha guessed.
Will the real entertainer please stand up?
That's me.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Nice job, Brad.
No other personality type is as generous with their time and energy as entertainers when it comes to encouraging others, and no other personality type does it with such irresistible style. I think that's you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't label you as an entertainer, but the way that they and like there's like a whole list of stuff here that goes along with it that I'm sure each of us will probably read individually on our own, that kind of dives into this a little bit more. 16personalities.com is the quiz that we took if you want to take this for yourself. So Trisha is an ESFP, which
right.
Woo!
You're here first.
Where are all my ESFPs at?
So you agree? You felt?
I thought it was close.
but-
I would not have labeled myself as an entertainer either. I don't know if it's the business that we're in and the role I'm in. I was like, well, that's not accurate. And then I started reading. I'm like, yeah, some of that fits. So,
all right, let's do the next one. The entrepreneur ESTP quote is from Helen Keller: "Life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all."
Thank you, Helen.
We'll do the next personality, which is smartass. And we'll all guess who that is. Entrepreneurs always have an impact. Entrepreneurs always have an impact on their immediate surroundings. The best way to spot them at a party is to look for the whirling eddy of people flitting about them as they move from group to group, laughing and entertaining with a blunt and earthy humor. Entrepreneur personalities love to be the center of attention. If an audience member is asked to come on stage, entrepreneurs volunteer or volunteer a shy friend. Theory, abstract concepts, and plotting discussions about global issues and their implications don't keep entrepreneurs interested for long. Entrepreneurs keep their conversation energetic with a good dose of intelligence, but they like to talk about what is, or better yet, to just go out and do it. Entrepreneurs leap before they look, fixing their mistakes as they go, rather than sitting idle, preparing contingencies and escape clauses. Who is the entrepreneur? You guys want to go around the room and guess who you think it is?
You go first.
You go first.
Okay, Annie, are you a possibility? Is yours?
I'm in
here?
the room. Yeah, mine's in here.
Okay. I'm gonna guess Annie.
I'm gonna guess Ryan.
And I will say, because of the line "leap before they look," that describes a dancer, and that is Hannah.
You said that like you're in a game show.
Good answer.
I'm gonna say Ryan as well. I voted for him last.
Who's the entrepreneur?
Oh,
Brad.
Man, leap before they look? That doesn't sound like
When
you.
I talked to each of you after you took this, Brad was the least. Not, you said that there were things that definitely felt like they were you, but that you were the least like 100%. This is me.
Yeah, the leap before you look thing is not me. I'm always calculating. Give you an example. Whenever I was applied and hired and got the job here, guess what I still have?
Your job.
I still have all of my mowing equipment.
Good answer.
I still have all my mowing equipment. So I look down the road, but I'm willing
It's a
to
plan
take,
B.
There's a plan B, but I don't think that I'm going to need it. I'm so the confidence part of the entrepreneur, that's definitely me. And I've failed enough in life to know that if I fail, it's not the end of the world. So I don't worry too much about what's going to happen down the road, but I don't create a plan B. I'm just like, okay.
Ryan, what's your plan B?
Mine is I was gonna make a really off-color joke. I'm not gonna do that. I think everybody knows what that joke would have been. I don't have one. Mine is probably probably mowing grass because I know somebody who has a lawnmower.
I would be happy to have you, Ryan. We have to wear ear protection, so I won't have to listen to them. But I just put them on there and send them out the back.
You're gonna
40.
share a lawnmower?
No, I've got two.
Ryan
rides again.
This is exactly how Ryan's plan B would go. He would start a mowing business that Brad has to actually do, and Ryan's just going to get on the lawnmower with Brad. That is exactly
I need
plan
a
B.
really specific type of mower. It's called a tandem.
It's like that
in the
scene,
shotgun car or whatever it's called.
scene from Titanic. Ryan's got his arms spread out.
All the grass hit me in the face. I don't even care.
We're making money, guys.
Yeah,
We're making money.
Leap before you look. Does anybody else feel like all of these could describe you though? That you just kind of like reach in the bag and you grab one, you go,
It's like
that
a
would work.
horoscope.
Yeah, but I was listening to Trisha's because hers is the only one. It's the first time I've done any of this, and it doesn't sound anything like anything for me.
Okay.
So I think that the entrepreneur one is accurate.
And
based on what
again,
it
there's
said,
a
but-
lot more than just the introduction
Right.
paragraph that kind of delves into things. And so, anyway, all right, here's the next one. Mediator, INFP. Although they may seem quiet or unassuming, mediators have vibrant, passionate inner lives. Creative and imaginative, they happily lose themselves in daydreams, inventing all sorts of stories and conversations in their minds. These personalities are known for their sensitivity. Mediators can have profound emotional responses to music, art, nature, and the people around them. Idealistic and empathetic, mediators long for deep, soulful relationships, and they feel called to help others. But because this personality type makes up such a small portion of the population, mediators may sometimes feel lonely or invisible, adrift in a world that doesn't seem to appreciate the traits that make them unique. J.R.R. Tolkien is the quote here. All that is gold does not glitter. Not all those who wander are lost. The old that is strong does not wither. Deep roots are not reached by the frost.
That's some good Tolkien.
It's the creepiest way anyone's ever said that name. How's the sugar coming?
Fine.
Trying to get him all souped up on sugar.
I'm really just hitting average at this point.
He ate his upper decker. And then
I don't.
Did you know what that was?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Trisha knows.
When Ryan said Google it, I'm like, don't Google it. Don't Google it.
Don't do it. We Googled it.
And then you Googled it, right? You did.
Anna and I learned something today.
Yeah.
We're going to try to
Yay.
unlearn it later.
Yeah.
So as far as who this one is, having fake conversations in your head, I would say that's Annie.
Mediator, personality.
Yeah, I think it's you.
I also think it's you.
Okay, so it is.
Yay!
Yeah, that's me. I actually, when I took this like I said, 4 or 5 years ago and read through it, I did learn about myself. Like I had a little bit of an introspective moment where I kind of thought about who I am and why I am the way I am. And also something that Brad had said when we were talking about this, I think last night, was some of the things that you disagree with, you might disagree with them because it used to be that way, but you've worked really hard to overcome some of these things in your personality. So sometimes the things that are maybe innately your weakness are now strengths because you've been self-aware.
Yeah, I find that too. Like things that used to be weaknesses, I've now turned into strengths. So I just have strengths.
Oh my gosh.
Therefore, I am perfect.
Let's get to the one that talks about humility.
Okay.
So the next one's either me or Ryan. This should be fun.
The humility man. Let's see who this is. It's either Hannah or Ryan.
Hannah,
the
for your sake,
humility
I hope
man.
this is obvious.
I know.
I actually can't remember which one was which. Hold on a second here.
Well, if you read it, the person's going to know.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I get it now. Let's do this one. Consul, ESFJ. The quote is by Deborah Day. Encourage, stop moaning like that. Encourage, lift, and strengthen one another, for the positive energy spread to one will be felt by us all. For consuls, life is sweetest when it's shared with others. People with this personality type form the bedrock of many communities, opening their homes and their hearts to friends, loved ones, and neighbors. This doesn't mean the consuls like everyone or that they're saints, but consuls do believe in the power of hospitality and good manners, and they tend to feel a sense of duty to those around them. Generous and reliable, people with this personality type often take it upon themselves in ways both large and small to hold their families and their communities together.
I have seen Hannah's car, and I know it has a console, so I'm going to say Hannah. Lock it in. Yeah, good job, everybody.
Good answer. Michael says that Ryan's personality type is EF5, Ryan the Tornado.
That's good.
Thanks for the 5, though.
Yeah, Hannah, that is Hannah. How'd you feel about that one?
I felt it was good. I read one description somewhere where it said that consul, was that what it is?
I think so.
Yeah.
Likes
console.
to have long relationships, which is true. And then the other one is that they like to follow rules or something. And that's me.
Rule follower?
Yes.
Do you like when other people follow rules?
Yes.
Do you have a problem?
I like to make the rules too.
So
Hannah,
Ryan Wing is there anyway.
Can I ask you a question? So, like, whenever you're driving through a parking lot, if Parker was driving, and you know how the parking spots can be angled one way or the other, and it says "Do not enter here," and if he drives the wrong way down there, does that bother you?
Okay, wait. Now I'm going to sound like a hypocrite because I would be the one to drive the wrong way and he would be the one to no, don't do that. Don't do that.
Well, you want to make the rules. You said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like those rules. I'm gonna do it this way.
I substitute your reality. I reject your reality and substitute my own.
Yeah.
Brad, are you just talking about that street like a couple blocks over where the parking spots are the wrong direction?
Maybe. I don't know what street.
He's talking about Schnucks versus Walmart.
Yeah.
It sounds like a major personal
I know. I
situation.
Like, seems really specific.
My wife used to just get so worked up when I would do that.
Yeah.
All
right.
good. I'm just going right here.
You want to hear the last one?
Yeah.
Oh,
Protagonist.
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 Who's the protagonist in this?
Why
one?
is it not antagonist?
I don't know. Let's find out.
ENFJ.
Oh yeah, antagonist. That's what he would be.
Protagonists feel called to serve a greater purpose in life.
Darn right.
Thoughtful and idealistic. These personality types strive to have a positive impact on other people and the world around them. They rarely shy away from an opportunity to do the right thing, even when doing so is far from easy. This is crap.
It's like, just put this on my tombstone.
You got one on order? Protagonists are born leaders, which explains why these personalities can be found among many notable politicians, coaches, and teachers. Their passion and charisma allow them to inspire others, not just in their career, but in every arena of their lives, including their relationships. You made these answers up. Few things bring protagonists a deeper sense of joy and fulfillment than guiding friends and loved ones to grow into their best.
What?
Kind
That's not
friends.
funny.
Those are
It's
genuine
just true.
I want to know this person.
People often would call me when I was growing up Craig T. Nelson because I naturally am a coach.
The coach.
Malala Yousafzai. I remember her name is Malala.
Yeah, me too.
When the whole world is silent, even one voice becomes powerful.
That's very true. Yeah.
They should take her off here and put a quote from you.
Yeah.
You just put a dash behind it and put Ryan
says,
Wiggins.
You ever heard of an upper decker?
Yeah. You ever
Ryan
heard of Upper
Wiggins.
Decker? Wiggins. That's it. You don't need my first name. Wiggins America. That's it.
6 to 8 a.m. Saturdays, 97.
How'd you get a promo on this personality site? That's impressive. I just used my charisma, guided them toward what I consider to be a higher purpose.
Somehow or another, we're going to elevate this and have Rob Kramer come in. Was that Rob Wiggins? Because you keep talking about Bob Wiggins.
That's my dad.
I'm not even the one who's pounding the sugar over here. Ryan is eating a package of sugar per break, I think, right now.
Yeah, getting back up to normal. I'm not above average right
Are you
now.
sweating yet?
This is just normal. No.
Oh, the
Gotta
other day
drink the
was
rest of that
terrible.
Dr. Pepper and finish this bag of gummies.
The Digital Getdown when we come back.
This is the Annie Fry Show. Follow Annie on Twitter at Annie Fry Show.
Jim Carafano and Hans von Spakovsky from Heritage Foundation are joining all of us at 97.1 FM Talk on May 4th, and you're invited.
It's a full 97.1 event along with Heritage.
May 4th, just RSVP at 971talk.com. Jen Teskey of Remax Alliance, it's just a confident decision that you can make if you're looking to sell a home or buy a home on the Illinois side of the river. You've been looking for somebody who is the very best. I know that we all kind of know realtors, but you want to make sure that obviously if you know someone and they're a great realtor, you're going to go with them. But if you know somebody and they're kind of just getting into the business, but you want to sell your house in this kind of crazy market right now for top dollar and fast, you need Jen Teskey. It's really just that simple. I want to stress as well that if you were thinking about selling in the future, maybe within the next year or so, you can partner with Jen Teskey to get your home ready to sell for top dollar and have her entire team working to make sure that that's the case, giving you great advice so you spend the dollars you need to invest in your house and get that back when you sell, and not spend the money trying to improve things that just don't really need to be improved before you put it on the market. Reach out to Jen Teskey and talk to her about your home sale on the Illinois side of the river, specializing in Edwardsville, Glen Carbon, Maryville, Troy, and Collinsville, those areas. Reach out to her. You can call her. You can text her right now at 618-541-1010. That's 618-541-1010.
I'm Matt Spiegel, and I'm the host of the brand new podcast, Beat the Streak Daily. Every weekday this Major League season, I will update the state of Beat the Streak. The rules are simple. Each day, pick one or two players you think will get a hit. And if they do, your streak continues. Sounds doable, right? But so far, it's been impossible to win. And with millions of dollars on the line, no one has ever gotten to 56. Subscribe now to Beat the Streak Daily, wherever you get your podcasts, and play Beat the Streak for your chance to win $5.6 million.
Attention business owners. This is a public awareness message from the ThrottleNet cybersecurity team. The war against hackers and ransomware is underway. The only way to prevent the war from impacting your business is to speak with the ThrottleNet cybersecurity team immediately. You need to act now. The ThrottleNet cybersecurity team is prepared to protect you against cyber threats. Schedule a meeting right away by visiting throttlenet.com/cyberwar.
Cards issued by Celtic Bank, member FDIC.
Are you the decision maker in your company? Consider this. For the first time in decades, there's a better option for a corporate card and spend management platform. Meet Ramp, the only corporate card and spend management system designed to help you spend less money so you can make more. Most corporate credit cards offer points as incentives, but those points amount to less than their worth in real cash value. Ramp's credit cards offer you cash back, real money in your pocket. Plus, you control who spends what with each vendor. And Ramp's software collects and verifies receipts automatically, which means you'll stop wasteful spending and close your books in hours instead of days. Businesses that use Ramp add up to 3.3% to their bottom line the first year. If you're a decision maker, adding Ramp could be one of the best decisions you've ever made. And now get $250 when you join Ramp for free. Just go to ramp.com/free. Ramp.com/free. RAMP.com/free.
The Med Spa at the Institute of Natural Health understands how difficult it is to maintain healthy skin and how much this can affect someone's life. With the right combination of treatments and products, they can help you keep your skin looking healthy and more youthful, while also reducing and preventing damage. Take your first step towards healthy skin at the Med Spa at the Institute of Natural Health. Visit them at inhstl.com or call to schedule at 314-293-8123. That's 314-293-8123.
Wealth-changing question. Is your investment portfolio really customized?
Some advisors say they customize portfolios, but all they really do is ask you a few questions, then put all your money in a model portfolio. At Creative Planning, each of our private wealth management clients' portfolios is unique. Your investment mix will be based on your custom financial plan. If that's not how your money's managed, you aren't getting the customization you deserve. Book your free meeting today at creativeplanning.com. Creative Planning, a richer way to wealth.
The Annie Fry Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe.
Every now and don't be late, 'cause we ain't got time to chat. You and me, we're going out, catch some late sounds. Guaranteed to blow your mind so high you won't come down.
Welcome back to the Annie Fry Show. We're just talking in the break a little bit about the Johnny Depp, Amber Heard, I guess, defamation suits, because they're suing each other. He's suing her for 50 mil. She's like, I'll sue you for 100 mil. And I'm surprised he didn't come back and say, I'll sue you for 200 mil. And then it just never ends. The way these people are talking, well, has Amber Heard taken the stand yet?
Not yet.
So does that happen next week? How long does this have to last?
I don't know. I'm here for it, but
I'm more interested in it than I thought I would be. And that's only because Fox News has been airing it and I've been able to hear it.
it's more fun to just see the pull quotes, because watching it all day, it's like, whatever. There's not a lot happening. But when the people who are watching it pull out the best moments, that stuff's kind of interesting. Like dropping a grumpy.
Is that?
I actually thought you were going to say, instead of defamation suit, I thought you were going to say defecation suit.
Defecation. Apparently, Amber Heard pooped in Johnny Depp's bed.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it.
Hannah is a huge fan of Amber Heard. Huge. Massive.
But you still believe it.
Believe what?
That she would do that.
Ryan.
Aw.
Ryan.
Rob Kramer in here. How are you?
Hi. Outstanding. Still improving. How are you, Annie Fry?
One day you're going to answer that differently, and I'm not going to know what to say.
Yeah, well.
Not today.
You're making
Not
that
today.
microphone do things I don't know that I've ever seen do.
Hey, he's playing the spoons on my back.
Let's clip that. That will be useful later.
So weird.
He's playing the spoons on my back.
Ready for the digital get down?
Yep.
Let's make it happen.
Digital get down. Hold up. Wait a minute.
You can get this fight too if you work hard and stop being bitter and busted.
I don't follow rules. I follow dogs on social media.
So, Rob, it's Friday. Happy Friday.
Happy Fry Day.
It's a 4-year anniversary of our show.
Congratulations.
And middays.
Today?
Yeah.
Today.
Mhm.
Wow. And happy belated B-Day.
Yeah, thank you.
You're so welcome.
Monday.
All in 1 week.
I did take Monday
been.
off for my birthday and took last week off to have spring break with my kids at home. And I know, as much to the dismay of some people, Hannah, I'm having a hard time in the live chats and people not
Wait
too
a
happy
second.
that I spent some time with my kids.
Next, you're going to say that you own an air fryer for all these things that you're just so...
It was gifted to me once upon a time, and I use it. It's delightful.
It's delightful. I know. You've told me all about it.
So, no, actually, I haven't.
Hashtag privileged.
You know who else has an air fryer?
Whom?
Ryan.
Elon Musk. Probably richest man in the world.
He probably has too.
He might. One per house. Probably got 2 houses.
He said that he doesn't. Didn't he just say he doesn't have a house or something? That he sleeps on couches and spare bedrooms? Did you guys see that headline?
No.
I think he was talking about his past, wasn't he? Not right now that he's
I
sleeping
don't
in
know. The
spare
way I
bedrooms.
only read the headline.
I think he says he sleeps at the office.
No.
I think
believe
it's at SpaceX. He sleeps in the office. He goes, there's just so much to do.
Wonder if his office has a air fryer.
Probably.
I would imagine so, right?
I would imagine so, right?
Have you guys seen like sous vide cooking? You know what I'm talking about when I say that?
Sugar starting to kick in. He's getting stupider.
Haribo? How do you pronounce this?
Haribo.
Wow, I heard 3 different pronunciations.
Yeah, and they all said it like dummy.
Right.
I did it because I don't know how to say it.
That is the best right there.
Yeah. It's a lot
That
of
is a
confidence
German
in those
candy.
Haribo.
Actually, it's Turkish
Haribo.
German.
Turkish German?
Ryan is probably making up 50% of what he says.
Oh, no,
it's candy,
Rob.
Danny. It's
According to TMZ, Elon Musk says he does not own a home and he does sleep on couches at the office.
I thought you were going to say, according to
He's
TMZ,
kind
it's
of
pronounced
homeless.
Scarabo.
I know. Yeah.
Quote, kind of homeless.
Let's go straight to the source. What does TMZ say about this?
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's TMZ. Okay.
Oh man. Happy Earth Day to all that celebrate.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Yay.
Cheers. I intend to
Huge.
recycle this Mountain Dew bottle when I'm finished.
And I'm going to recycle this old Wiggins America sheet because I just got gummy juice on it.
Oh, gummy juice.
Bro.
Let's clip
Sticky on
that
my
one too.
phone.
Clip that as well.
Sticky on my phone.
You're-
Oh, no. Don't.
Rob, do you
clip
know what
that
an
one.
upper decker is?
Oh yeah.
Oh, don't say anything
That's
else.
what I'm saying.
Hannah and I learned that today.
Awesome.
Hey, I'm going to take this where it shouldn't go because she already did. She told me that
Ryan.
I should eat one.
No. No, that's not
No.
true. That's not true.
No.
You ate a double-decker oatmeal pie.
Yes,
and you
I
said
did.
double-decker, and then you giggled like a 12-year-old boy, and then you said upper-decker, and then you continued to giggle, and Hannah are like, what are you talking about? And you're like, upper-decker. And I'm like, no, I don't know. So we Googled it, and then you said something about, should I eat an upper decker? I said, how much would it take? I said, is there a price to pay? And you sat there and you thought about what that price would be. That's how that
What I
off-air
determined
conversation
was
went.
No amount of money that you have ever had would
That's
be
not
enough.
any part of what my question was about. It's about any amount of money in the world. And the answer is yes, there's an amount of money in the world.
I guess so.
Oh.
True story.
Ooh, looking
I
forward to
love
this.
where this is going.
In high school, there was a note that was passed around that we are aware of the brown water problem in the staff employee restroom, and maintenance has been, working on a
When was this?
resolution in high school.
Not here.
High school.
Yeah.
In high school.
I can't wait till I graduate from high school.
Don't say that. Never say that. Never leave. Pinching the fat kid's face like this. Yeah, what ended up happening was a
Adam
student.
Sandler for the folks at home.
Yeah.
A student ended up getting his way into the staff restroom, like a single stall, like where you lift the back of the toilet bowl off and
do an upper decker.
And did an upper decker.
Yeah.
And the best part was they thought it was like rusty water, and I can't figure out what's going on here.
Oh man,
just lift the lid, buddy.
That kid's a legend.
Yes.
Look at Hannah's
Now
face
Brad
right
has
now.
actual
Look at Hannah's
ears.
face. Hannah's shocked.
Yeah. Remember when she was talking about
I was
loving
just
being on
gonna
this show?
say that. Like, there's a time in this show where she was at peace with being in this room.
Yeah.
This is not
that's
that time.
gone.
How you feel now, Hannah?
I don't know.
She looks like she's gonna throw up.
Yeah, I mean, that was a terrible story. And I bet Rob loved it.
Oh my
I
gosh.
bet he loved every minute of that whole
you
thing.
still know the
Here's
kid's
the thing.
name, don't you?
Oh,
I bet
absolutely.
it
He's
was
a
Rob.
legend.
Yeah, it might have been Rob.
It was me.
It was Rob Kramer. That was his name.
That was probably 25 years ago and still being talked about on the radio. That's
Yeah.
how legendary that
Mike
was.
It's
Leduc,
because Rob did it.
if
Yeah.
you're listening, you are a legend, my man. Still a
Is
legend.
this in Minnesota?
Yeah.
He definitely listens.
Yeah, sure. Because you can listen anywhere you have an internet connection with the Odyssey,
Odyssey
Oh, weird. I
app.
didn't
Mark
know
it
that.
down, Brad.
I'll write it down.
app.
Okay.
Favorite it, maybe.
Yeah, favorite it.
Make sure you get the push notifications.
97.1 FM Talk right there on the Odyssey app.
Yeah.
Andy Fry Show podcast. Right
Also
there
on
the
YouTube.
Odyssey app. And on YouTube. Streaming live right now. We're going to do the YouTube live chat poll in the next segment, along with Andy, Are You Okay? Which I promised Trisha we will do today because this gets so out of hand that it'll be Saturday night. I'll be like, oh my gosh, we didn't do Andy, Are You Okay? Again. I texted you that like in the middle of my vacation.
Yeah. After a few days, you're like, if we forgot it, I'm so sorry.
I
I'm like, girl,
couldn't
it's
even
fine.
remember if we did it.
I get DMs about it.
Did we do Andy, Are You
Trisha,
Okay?
being an entertainer, does take offense to that.
Have you ever done the Myers-Briggs test? Personality test?
I've done a lot of them. I don't know if it's the Myers-Briggs
I'll send it to you.
ones,
I'd be
though.
curious to see what yours is.
Is it the one that gives you the letters
Mhm.
as far as like 4 letters, right?
Mhm.
Yes. I can't remember. I have done it before.
Ryan only got 3, but you know.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm RSTLNE. Is that right?
R.L. Stein?
R.L. Stein. No, those are the letters they give you in the final clue
Wheel
for
of Fortune.
Wheel of
Thank
Fortune. RSTLNE.
D, C, B, and O should be your next choices.
Really?
I think so. Yeah, I think.
Well,
those
no,
are
no,
the
no,
only
let's
way to
break
go.
this
I think it
down.
should be DBAG.
I think it should UPERDECKER.
Take the sugar away. Right now.
Can't imagine why we don't get to in here. You okay?
I know. This is terrible. What'd you do? We were spilling D-bag.
We all black out in the 2 o'clock hour.
I do.
So this is funny. I have to tell you'll love this. at Easter, I got together with a number of the in-laws and in celebration of Easter, Easter egg hunt. I may or may not have hid 2 half-eaten shrimp cocktail into the Easter eggs for the children to have
I love this.
A crustaceous surprise.
Yeah.
You're evil.
The best I have to tell. Okay.
I found a prawn.
Why are they British?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Who are these British kids? What are you doing here?
They're adopted, but it didn't go as planned, and that is in a good way. It could have gone disastrous. I was, after you do something like that, and like it's
Are the kids allergic to shellfish?
That was my first thought.
And the rest of them are full of peanuts.
We're about to find out. Find out if anybody has a shellfish allergy. One of the kids, sister and brother, sister being younger, she opens it up and goes, Ben, I think I got your Easter egg. Ben, the older brother, likes shrimp. So she just made that assumption that it wasn't a practical joke. It was,
and you said it was half eaten?
Yeah, it was the tail. At brunch, I had eaten the meatier part and left the tail for.
Your family is so lucky to have you.
Especially as an in-law, right? Because
Right.
they can't, and they can probably get rid of me if they
Should we
wanted to.
invite Rob for brunch or not?
But the reason I was actually telling the story outside of the crustacean is a number of my family members said that my in-laws said, "Oh, we love listening to you on the Annie Fry show." And
Really?
Annie Fry, I love her and I love that show. And I remember it was one of my aunt-in-laws said that, and then her husband, I go, "Oh yeah, it's real." And a lot of people go, "Oh, what do you guys talk about? What do you do? Are you like an
it's hard to
expert or
explain.
something?" And I guys said, "Yeah, it's really a lot of BS," and me just kind of derailing. And the aunt that said she loves the Annie Fry show and knows you and listens to the show, her husband goes, "Yeah, you could say that again." Uncle Jack, it wasn't
Uncle Jack, thanks for listening.
Yeah. And pip pip to your auntie.
Yeah. Pip pip cheerio.
It's so weird. Do you want to stay for the next segment?
Of course.
All right. We're going to talk about the YouTube live chat poll on the Annie Fry YouTube. You have to go vote right now because we're about to read some results. Hannah's got the results for us. And the question is a hot dog a sandwich? You got thoughts, Rob? You don't tell us now. Do you have thoughts?
Yes. Dumb question. Don't ask that again.
All right.
Naturally.
I won't.
Whoa.
Earmuffs, Rob. Hey, folks listening to the radio show right now. Is a hot dog a sandwich? You should come to the live chat poll on the Annie Fry YouTube channel and vote. And Hannah will read those results. And I promise you, not you, listener, you, Trisha, that we will do Annie, Are You Okay? When we come back. Don't go away.
Got that rubber band up on his toe, and then he wriggled it up.
This is the Annie Fry Show. Interact with Annie on Facebook. The Annie Fry Show.
The
Mark Bearden Show.
Why is talking sexually in the workplace considered sexual harassment to adults, but talking about sexuality to children, K through 3 is considered essential?
That is a great point.
Weekdays from 3 to 6 on 97.1 FM Talk.
Stuart's American Mortgage. He's the bagel loan guy. And if you're looking to purchase a home, you can use the bagel loan for your home purchase, just like you can use it for your mortgage refinance. When you are looking to secure that loan, that's part of becoming a competitive buyer and being able to make a competitive offer. Stewie can set you up with that. So if you're looking to purchase a home, he can do things like close in 14 days, which is crazy fast, which means you can buy that house fast. Buyers or sellers certainly like that. And also, when you save all of those fees that everybody else out there is going to charge you to go through the process of securing that mortgage, you don't have to pay them when you use the bagel loan at Stuart's American Mortgage. You can use that money and put it towards your offer. Maybe put it towards fixing something in the house or getting the TV for the basement, whatever it is that you're looking to do with that money that you're saving when you go to Stuart's American Mortgage. Give him a call or text him and tell him you heard about him on the Annie Fry Show and you want to know how he can help you. 314-324-4440. That's 314-324-4440. Google that bagel loan, NMLS number 226715.
Updating your home with James Hardie Siding has never been more popular. With all of the options available, you need a partner to maximize your investment. The rising prices on vinyl siding has made Hardie Siding a great alternative. Siding Express is ready to refresh the appearance of your home or totally transform the look by installing Hardie Shake, board and batten, lap siding, or a stone accent to make it your dream home again. Siding Express is an elite preferred James Hardie contractor. Need ideas? Go to sidingexpress.com and schedule a free, no-obligation consultation today.
Nobody wants to miss the important things in life, and if it's because of bad vision, you don't have to. Mark Cox here from my friends at Brenton Vision. They can help you out. That's why I want you to take 2 minutes today to call my friends at Brenton at 314-375-2020 or go online to brentonvision.com. Your eyes are as unique as your fingerprint. Since Brenton Vision is the only place in Missouri offering all 7 forms of modern vision correction, they can create a customized treatment plan just for your vision. They helped my wife out. She chose the lens replacement therapy and now sees better than ever, and she loves it. You can have that same experience with Brenton Vision. They accept flex plans and medical spending plans as well at Brenton. So don't let that money expire or go to waste. See your best. Do what we did. Call Brenton Vision at 314-375-2020 or schedule online right now at brentonvision.com.
Looking to sell your house without all the hassle and pricey repair costs? Great! Because Chris Buys Homes in St. Louis loves buying fix-up homes in any condition, as is, no fees and no commissions. Call 314-782-8000, and Chris Buys Homes in St. Louis will give you a cash offer right now. No strings attached. We buy inherited houses, divorce houses, trashed houses, even those my tenant won't pay rent houses. Call Chris at 314-782-8000 and find out how easy it is to work with us. That's 314-782-8000. Do you think your home will be difficult to sell? Easy. Our team will provide you with personal guidance through our short and simple process to turn your house into a pile of gold. Just call Chris at 314-782-8000. 314-782-8000. That's 314-782-8000. And let Chris worry about everything.
Worried about what you're breathing in? With each breath, allergens, germs, and viruses get trapped in your nose. Now there's a simple, easy, and effective way to clean your nose and protect your health. It's called Navage. Navage. Available at Navage.com.
You're listening to the Annie Fry Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Studio. Get your HVAC system ready for warmer weather with a cooling system check included with all maintenance plans from Air Comfort Service. Maintenance plans start at $15 per month. For details and to get in your comfort zone, visit aircomfortservice.com.
Bringing you up-to-the-minute traffic like nobody else. Sue Thomas and dependable traffic, driven by Ambassador Midwest Floor Company. The best way to deal with in-home traffic. Experience more at Ambassador Midwest Floor.
Oh, yeah, Joe macaron. Yeah, macaron. No,
This is the Annie Fry Show. Follow Annie on Twitter at Annie Fry Show.
If you're watching the live, it's one thing to hear the song. It's another thing to watch Ryan Wiggins dancing to the song when he's like pounding sugar for the last 45 minutes. But it's another thing to see Leo Terrell, who's a civil rights attorney, like really hammering a point home over Ryan Wiggins' shoulder.
Ryan's eyes
on the
were
TV.
rolling back in
I
his
know.
head.
It's liking that.
That's what you got to do
Yeah.
when it goes. "Woo, woo, 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 woo." How do you think he was singing that? It's not with a fixed gaze.
Is it true that that song that they had, I heard this, I don't know if we talked about it on this air, but that the song was created, but they didn't have the lyrics yet?
Yeah, so it was somebody in Latin
Do you
America
know
was
this to be true, or is this just legend?
This is what was told to me when somebody gave me the song and said, listen to this. It's so funny because it's this guy trying to basically sell a pop song, but doesn't have the lyrics all worked out yet. So he just mumbles through the part where he would have lyrics, and then it just became a thing.
But there are no lyrics.
Chacarone,
macaron.
like that's all he had. So he just said, okay, and I got the beat, so I'm just going to give this to somebody. And whoever got it was like, this is great. I'm just going to use it as is, and released it to YouTube.
My kids bought Just Dance for their Nintendo Switch with some money that they got, and there is a Just Dance to Chacarone.
Really?
On that console.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know it was that popular.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew it was out there. I just didn't know it was that big.
I think I saw it on YouTube when I was looking for it, and the YouTube video has 50 million views on it, and there's an actual music video.
Oh, like somebody. Oh yeah. Because they had the whole thing packaged. They just didn't have the verses worked out. It's a nice, well-produced video, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a real music video.
Yeah. It's not like somebody shot in their basement. Like it's a really
It's
well
not like
done.
something we would do.
Right. It makes it funnier to see the video too.
All right. Let's get to Annie. Are you okay? Because it's Friday and that's what we do.
And now it's time to play Is Annie Okay With This?
Trisha.
All right. A homeowner discovers 5 bears living underneath her house. A California homeowner who had heard a rumbling coming from under her home during the winter was shocked when spring arrived and 5 bears appeared. The homeowner told animal rescue group, the Bear League, that she and other residents of her home had heard a rumbling sound under the home during the winter that sounded like snoring. The rescue group helped safely remove the bears to a new location. Annie, are you okay with bears living under your house for the winter?
No, I mean, as long as they're like sleeping and hibernating.
It was a mama bear with 3 cubs, and the only trouble they were causing for this family was loud snoring was being disrupted.
No, that's not true. They were bears.
What if their rumbly was in their tumbly and they had 3 different temperatures of porridge? Still
a no-go for me.
Okay.
And this house is too big. This house is too small. Annie's house.
This crawl space is just right.
Just right.
No bears.
All right. British Abbey seeks 1,897 vampires to break world record. A British nonprofit.
What would a British vampire sound like, Ryan?
Blue.
You did that with a vampire accent.
That was on command too.
I know.
One
Who did you
accent.
That's what they sound like. It's not me. It's what they do.
It's like vampire appropriation. We're gonna get in trouble.
Yeah. You get too many in one place though.
So on your 4-year anniversary, you got canceled.
Yeah. What'd you do? I disparaged vampires.
Right before this big gathering.
Aren't there? I mean, literally, aren't there probably people in the world right now who identify as vampires who would be offended by this?
There's at least 181 of them.
Yes, I can speak to that because I watched an episode of 30 Day Fiancé and
30 day. I thought it was 90.
No,
speed things up.
Yeah, this was the internet version.
Maybe it was 90 Day Fiancé. It was a show like that. If it wasn't that, and anyways,
Hannah's
true
like,
story.
let's get the facts right here.
I'm sorry, it wasn't the LSU dance competition championship from 1974. The second, not the
Have
third.
you seen that though?
Yeah,
it is really good.
Life changing.
Yeah,
seriously, it's
Okay.
the top video of my life.
Agreed.
But it was a
There's
vampire.
some things that we all regret
A
sharing.
vampire
on the
was
air.
about to marry a non-vampire, but she was transforming and going through like the process of becoming a vampire.
You can't do that.
Can't you? Doesn't it take about a day?
No, this was quite some time.
Glue
Like,
their teeth on and
Yeah, put some teeth on, put one of those big capes.
I would imagine so.
I mean,
but
you
no.
can't just be a vampire. You can't just decide to be a vampire.
Paint yourself
Really?
purple.
You
Start
can't.
counting
You're born that way?
things.
No, but you can dress up as one and join this gathering of 1,897 people that don vampire costumes and celebrate Dracula's anniversary.
Ooh, I like the name Don Vampire.
This group is seeking to beat the Guinness Book of World Records for largest gathering of people dressed as vampires on May 26th at Whitby Abbey, Gothic Abbey that serves as inspiration for Bram Stoker's classic vampire novel. Annie, are you okay with a vampire gathering of this size?
I don't really care about it, but I don't want to be anywhere near something like that. Like, if I would.
What if
go
it was in
out-
the suburbs?
I would.
It wasn't in an abbey.
No, those are probably the worst vampires. The suburban ones who think they're better than all the other vampires.
Yeah, they will suck the life out of you.
No. Not okay with it.
All right. You want one more before we?
Yeah, let's do it.
Feline social media star with unusual eyes to serve as mayor of hell. A cat who became famous on social media for her unusually large eyes and feet is set to become the first non-human to serve a day as mayor of Hell, Michigan. The town of Hell offers anyone the chance to serve as mayor for one day for $100. They agreed to allow Jinx the cat, listed as a public figure on Instagram, to become the town's first animal mayor.
Why is it named Hell? Is that somebody's last name or something?
No, Michigan, the city.
The city
is
of Michigan,
called Hell,
but
Michigan.
To your question, I don't know.
I think she knows that.
Oh,
she's asking why the city is called Hell.
You did what Ryan does, which was you were messing around on your phone and you heard the last half of what I said, and then you came in to correct me.
maybe why we're friends. Not awkward, Trish. It's awkward for you.
I'm gonna have to side with Rob on this one.
I was looking up the picture of Jinx because you can't just tell me it's got weird eyes.
I need to know what the
extra
cat
large-
looks in order to.
Yeah.
Do you have it?
Yeah.
No, go.
Oh, he looks like
No.
he looks like a sweetheart.
Because this is great radio. It looks like the bug-eyed like cartoon.
It looks like the mayor of hell.
Yes.
He looks like Felix the cat if Felix the cat were a real cat.
Or if a 4-year-old drew Felix the cat and that image became a real living being.
Or if you surgically removed a human's eyes and then put them inside a cat's eye
Yeah,
sockets.
it does look like he looks like a sweetheart.
Are you okay with this cat becoming mayor for even a day?
Yep. Sure am.
Greg Jinxie can't flush the toilet. He doesn't have thumbs.
YouTube live chat poll on the Anti-Fry YouTube channel. You can still go vote real quick here before we wrap this up and Mark Reardon tries to right this ship. Is a hot dog a sandwich? Yes or no, Brad?
Not a chance.
No.
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 Wow.
Why not?
Oh no! Don't tell me you're all on the sandwich train.
You gonna
here.
judge me now?
Yes, I am, because I got the backing of the whole room.
I'm not opposed to it being a sandwich. It's meat between bread.
I think
Is
you
that the
just
definition?
Of a sandwich?
Yep.
I didn't look
I
it
think
up.
the shape of the meat matters.
I do too. Shape of the meat matters.
Clip it.
Shape of the meat matters, you guys. And also,
many jokes.
yeah, I know.
This
An
comment
item of
was
food
really good.
consisting of 2 pieces of bread with meat, cheese, or other fillings between them.
Sandwich.
Look,
As a
hot dog
sandwich.
is in the category of hot dog.
This one was really good.
It's a subsect of sandwich.
No,
You could have a
it's
hot
on the
dog.
same level.
All right, what do we got, Hannah?
The definition of a sandwich is 2 pieces of bread. A bun is 1 piece. That was a really good comment from Nicholas from
Yeah, but if
YouTube.
you get the cheap buns or they're the old buns, they separate.
Well, so
Still a hot dog.
along those same lines, how many holes does a straw have?
I hate you. I don't know the answer.
Ooh, I
One.
like this.
One.
That's just one.
Is it?
Yes.
Why are there 2 ends to it then?
It's just a long hole.
Yeah.
Definition of a whole.
Shape matters.
I'm not going to search that on my computer right now because the IT guy, Mr. Kramer, we have a conversation with HR.
Yeah. Shape matters. One long hole.
How do you define a
Okay,
hole?
Safe search
wind
off.
it up, wind it up. We have 122 votes on the YouTube poll. Yes, a hot dog is a sandwich, or no, it's not. 27% of the people said yes. 73% of the people said no.
73% say hot dog is not a sandwich. Somebody said that if it's on a bun, it's not a sandwich. But what about a hamburger?
Yeah, right. Those 2 pieces of bread, right?
I think a hamburger is a sandwich.
I do too. Shape
So
matters.
it's not a bun specifically.
So let's agree.
I think
But
they're-
what about a sub sandwich? That's shaped like a hot dog.
And so long as
Well,
you
that-
rip the edge.
Yeah, Jimmy John's sandwich is
I was going to say that's
connected.
one. Yeah, that's 1 piece of bread. Jimmy
That's
John's.
definitely a sandwich.
It's the,
I know.
it's
Signs
the
say
shape
so.
of the meat that matters.
What about a meatball sub?
Like you've only said one thing this sentence.
Yeah.
Just repeatedly.
That's my
Let me-
bad.
Especially
I'm
when we're
sorry.
talking about vampires.
Well, let me say this. Richard says, with bread, it's a sandwich. Without bread, it's just a weenie.
Thank you, Richard.
I wonder if he goes by Richard.
Well, this is my 4th year anniversary and my last show, so thanks guys for being here. Appreciate each and every one of you. Certainly this show is not a show without you and this crew, and I'm grateful for every one of you. Mark Reardon Show is coming up next, and a reminder, 971talk.com/events. Is that the right place, Trisha?
That's it.
If you want to join us at this night out with 97.1 and Jim Carafano and Hans von Spakovsky, I would love to meet you. Please go reserve your spots at 971talk.com/events. Signing off here, handing it over to Mark Reardon. Don't go away.
Front teeth. And I got bad tattoos you won't believe. So kick out the jams, kick up the soul, pour another glass of that rock and roll, turn up the band, find the hole, gonna lose control. And now what do you want from me? I'm not a America's sweetheart.
Hi, this is Lance Story with the Lance